Bang. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. You can see it behind me. It's out of control. Bang, bang, bang. I thought we could do the show like this, you know? No. I'm just joking around. Shout out to each and every one of you. Thank you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Let's get the lemon water in there. Take a big sip of the water. Let's go. A lot of crazy things just happened. Bitcoin went to 64,000, like two. Then it dumped all the way back down to like 62,000. It was insane. I saw oh my gosh. I cannot believe how many people probably got whacked and liquidated. Everyone who jumped in a little too late today, they decided to go and smash y'all. Anyone who had a long-term trade going, you're okay, like me, but it was insanity. Let's take a look at it. Let's get that music back up and running. But wow, it is, just to say the least, it was intense. Shout out to everybody here. 63,400 for Bitcoin as we come on in to the home stretch here. You know, 65,000 is a big red target. Big Red is sitting at 65. Big Red has been getting his way every single time he's been around. Is Big Red going to continue to get his way? It looks like he might, but that's what we're seeing here. 63,400 for Bitcoin. 65 is hanging out right there above us. A $1,500 move is like a drop in the bucket now for Bitcoin. It can do that. It's like a bit across the street, so to speak. It's nothing. 70K is the target here, and you can see there's just a lot of liquidity up here. Many times, it's looking like we may get a beautiful short squeeze. That dump was just enough to get people to open up some shorts. They got excited, and, you know, then it ripped it right back up, and we just need a few more shorts to get that move going, and we could get a move to the upside. All right. Shout out to everybody here. Pepe going to another galaxy. Shout out to all my Pepe holders. I'm holding Pepe, and I'm excited about it. Pepe could take us to the moon. Big day for Pepe. Big day for Adam. Adam at 12.34. Finally getting that move up to $12. Adam's chart looks very, very interesting. Let me show you what I see here on the 1 hour time frame for Adam. You can see it's making this ascending triangle that it really just broke out of. Look for this to either come down and bounce, make some type of right shoulder or a flag. I see Adam continuing on a pretty big move here. Its next leg up would be this leg. This is going to propel Adam up into the $14 region on its way to 20. My bigger target for Adam, right, still stands here at 17. We're on our way. The buy for Adam, and the thing is, Adam has only doubled. It's the one coin that has really only doubled. Every other coin has done its deed. Adam is lagging. Adam's got the Adam and Eve double bottom. It's got the little flag. It's got the shoulder, head, and the right shoulder that Pepe was in. That, you know, Adam is ready to go. And so I believe a lot of people that made massive gains, you know what I mean? What they do is they make gains in these little coins, and then they got to put them somewhere for the long run in the bull run. They got to put them somewhere. And Bitcoin's a little, you know, a lot of people are kind of done putting money into Bitcoin. I guess a lot of people, it's overrated for them. They think it's too much. And I personally did just put I'll put 95,000 US dollars into Atom. I've owned Atom for a long time. I got into it at $1, $2. It's been a long-term holder of mine. And again, it's not the most exciting coin in the world. I'm not trying to say it's going to be the biggest thing since sliced bread. It's going to be amazing. You know what I mean? But I'm looking at the weekly chart. It still has some momentum here to the upside. It has made some gains, I'll be honest. It's from 6 to 12. I get it. And it could even pull back down here to 10 or even down to $8. Even if it went down to 6, it wouldn't stress me a double bottom. I'd be like, I'll be honest, it wouldn't matter. 50K down, I wouldn't even bat an eyelash, I'll be honest. I don't know if I'd buy more because I would just, I'd just be waiting for that thing to get all the way back to 50. And this is my idea. I mean, the last high for Atom here was all the way at about 44, right? That's about a 4X from where we're at, a little under that. And so to me, I'm looking like Atom could crush that, get into the $60 region. I'm looking for a 5X for Atom. I'm going to sell most of it around $50, leave a runner. And you know what? This run, we could even see a $100 Atom as far as I'm concerned. But conservatively, I'm looking for a $60 Atom. And we'll ask the crowd here, what do you guys think about Atom? We'll ask you guys here in a poll, Atom. What is the bull? I call it the bull market high, right? For Atom. Let's see. Is it 50? Do you think it could be 75? Do you think it goes to 100? Do you think it even hits 150? What do you guys think about what is the bull market high for Atom here? All right. Bang, bang, bang. So I see a move for Atom coming. on the 4-hour time frame as well. It's very poised for a punch out, right? And so it already is kind of moving. You can see it's broken out right now, technically. And the 4-hour has momentum. Next target is $4.50 and then $17 for Atom. It hasn't really done the deed yet. Look, it's in the cup and handle. There's your cup. There's your handle. It did break out once. And look, and the traditional cup and handle and like the stock market, like the way they talk about it, it always looks like this. They talk about having, you know, a cup and then a secondary side cup and then boom. And it just, you know, it just poised to be in position. Some of the indicators aren't in the perfect place. I'll give you that. But bang. Atom staking coming, Bitcoin staking coming to Atom via Babylon. ORNJ is down in the dump. Stellar is better. XLM, possibly. I don't know, man. I have some XLM too, though. So 50 people say 50%, 75. No one really thinks we'll get to 100 or 150. Most people think about 75. But not many people are that excited about Atom. They're just not. And see, that's a good thing for me. The coins that no one's excited for, they tend to rip when nobody's paying attention. Just made a 20x, 500% with my 30x leverage on JASMY. Boom, baby. Lifer Vision. Dang, man, you're aggressive, man. You guys do way more aggressive moves than me. I place like my 10 to 20,000 to 30,000 in a coin during the bear, and I watch it 10 to 20x, 30x, and then I get out. That's about it. You guys, PS5, man, you're always on some high leverage, banging on them. I don't think I have the stomach for it. You know what I mean? You guys are like, I'm super proud of y'all. Your people are like, I'm just happy that you guys go heavy aggressive. I don't have, you know, I'm aggressive, but just, I can't, I don't, maybe I will get that aggressive, but. What are your thoughts on Flow? It hasn't moved much, but it looks poised for a breakout potentially. I mean, Flow's a big project, right? It's the forefront of NFTs, you know. MUBI looks good. I mean, see that bullish cross there? We're about to get a golden cross. 6 hour has this bend up. It's a really good time frame to play. I like the 6 hour. You had the kind of double bottom resistance. Then you came and took a bounce off this key area of support because it was resistance here, resistance there on a wick. You came down, you bounced. I like what I'm seeing. It just, you know, one could say, oh, shoulder, head, possible right shoulder. I get it. But then you came up again. You would negate that. So I'm just looking for, so what's the bearish case? You know, you got a little bit of bearish divergence here. That swings up. But what I would say is this was the bearish div here. And we did dump. And it just, you know, the bearish divergence is only as strong as the support or resistance it can break through. Didn't seem like we could get through the $14 area. MUBI, right? Which has something to do with ordinals at Bitcoin. And it's pretty close to its previous. Its low was at 2 cents. It's crazy. It's still up a 7x from when we first talked about it in my trading group. It went from 2 cents to 37. This is one of the first things. Like, look, this thing did a 15x in December when nobody was really. We were making some massive gains. Remember in December? Remember even in the rally before. Forget about this. I remember one of my students hit me up and being like, "Wow, you showed me bull." This, you know, I don't know if you guys remember, but back here. November 8th, booming. And even here, I remember we were talking about this coin. And it made massive gains, you know? And I remember even here, just quickly in like November, early November, someone's like, yo, I'm up huge in this coin. We were trading at 0.06. It basically went to 40. Like this, it's insane what we've seen here in this rally. I've seen like rallies, but like this has been, it's a 22x. So there was action, man, in that bear market. We were buying it. You know, Jupiter is going to be hot because you can buy all these meme coins on Jupiter. So why wouldn't Jupiter pump? You get it from the liquidity. So that's, I have this flag and it's breaking up. And so far it is. My target is, of course, 77. Look, that's a massive cup and handle for Jupiter. Just in rounded bottoms pay the bills. You saw this in the other way. You know you're going down. You know, that's a dump to the downside bear flag. And it's the same way. And it's the hottest exchange in the game right now. You can buy WIF, right? You can get the Solana game going. This is curving up. The 6 hour time frame looks scrumptious right now on a Sunday night. All right. Everyone's like, what about Bitcoin, Sam? You're not freaking out. No, I don't care. They're going to bring it right back up. We're going to 70K. That was just a dip. Buy the dip. Buy any dip you can. That was your last chance to buy Bitcoin below 64,000, possibly. And again, I could be wrong. I don't want to say, you know, who knows? I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say Indy should be taken as financial advice. We never know where Bitcoin's really going to go. Maybe it does go lower than 50K again. We never know. But the odds are looking pretty crazy that we're going to get a supply shock here for Bitcoin. there's more people buying it on the ETFs than we can produce. And then we're going to get it cut in half. ORNJ had a big sell this weekend. Where do you see it going now? You and the lifers taught me everything all about the 200 SMA, the RSI, the MACD, from the longer time frames to the smaller to the 1 minute, baby. I love you, Sammy. If you stuck with me, you know your ish. If you stuck with me, you really know your game. Like, you're on point. And there's JASMY moving to the upside. We told you it would likely bang. I gave you this trade. I talked about it. I think I even went over it this morning on the live stream this morning, you know. And you can see the target. It's on the way to 3 cents. Already up 24%. And JASMY just banging on them since that big breakout. Up a beautiful 5x from the Fed for intent in basically 2 weeks. So February 18th, things just got crazy and things have just gone out of control. We can't even, you look back and you're like, what has happened? Every one of my positions is up huge, you know, and it's pretty crazy. So JASMY, I see it continuing. I see no reason why the 6 hour won't continue to the upside here. 6 hour, a nice sniper time frame. See how it's really, really looking nice for JASMY. We take a look at Bitcoin and look, they're buying the price right up. The 6 hour resetting as it's pumping to the upside. Extremely bullish sign. Every wick is an opportunity here to get down for BTC. Look at the 1 hour. Looks like nothing ever happened. About to recover this wick and likely continuing to the upside. The 50-minute has nicely reset. That green wick tells you a lot of what's likely going to happen. Let's look at our smaller time frames. And what I would do too, honestly, is I would say, hey, you were in a flag. You broke out of the flag. You broke back inside. And I would treat this like a flag that never left the flag. And just here's my position. And we're likely going further to the upside here to 64,700. How do I do this? Because in my lifetime, I've seen so many broken patterns. And I've just traded right through them. So I just act like this never happened. And just act like this is the flag here. Sometimes I dress it up just to, you know, psychologically play with. No, I'm messing around, but you can actually see this bars pattern here, or ghost feed, is it? Yeah, ghost feed, and I can place some candles in there. Would need some green ones first, but whatever. And then just, you know, whatever, and just, you know, you look at this and you're like, oh no, that never happened. You know what I mean? That never happened. We're still oversold. We could get a move here to the upside, right? And so that's kind of, you know, and then you just play this is a falling wedge, and falling wedges break up 64% of the time. This is a really weird thing that I do that I've never seen anyone do, but it's worked for me. And look, we're back at 63,800. If you bugged out, how many people panic sold here? I bet a lot of people did. And look how much we made back. Look, where did we bounce? The 200 SMA. Look, Sammy's 200 SMA, again, comes into play exactly. You think this is a coincidence? It's not. I saw it so many times, I thought it was a coincidence until I realized, look, today, all you had to do was wait for the 5 minute to open up a candle above the 200 SMA right there. You could have got it on this candle or that candle, put a stop loss on the other side. You would have made massive gains. I keep showing people how simple. I don't like using the word easy because nothing is easy, even if it looks like it is. But how simple this game is if you just let it do what it's doing. That dump filled all my low ball long plays that were very nice of them. Anyone who had limit orders, you guys are lucky, you know. Flat smack that like button. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate the 983 people here on the live stream. All right. And we're not done. You know we're going to get to Bitcoin in the weekly. Candle close. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Anybody here never seen that before? This is the first time you were ever part of a weekly candle close with the lifer. If this is your first time, we love you. We appreciate you. Don't worry. Keep coming back. We got lungs for days. Every time I do that, I wonder what someone who's never seen that is wondering it for the first time, you know. But that's kind of what I do. I mean, the OGs, we know we've been doing it for 3 years now, right? It's just so insane. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's break down the weekly candle. If you don't know me, my name is Sam Price. I'm Crypto Lifer. Every single Sunday night, we go over Bitcoin and the weekly candle close every single Sunday night. It does close at 7 p.m. It used to close my time. My time changed, and so they threw me off. And I wanted to keep coming at the same time every day, so 8 p.m. But what we do is we do go over the coin, and there's volatility right after, and it worked out for us. You see what's happening right now at 63,700. So let's take a look. Bitcoin opened at $51,731. Let's just remember this. Last week, Sunday night, when the week began, we opened at 51,731. We were at 51K, everyone. I think we've all lived a lifetime in the last week. You know, crypto moves so fast. You don't even, you know, you're like, all the meme coins, look at how much happened in a week. There was millionaires made this week all over the place. It was insanity how much money has been thrown into this market in the last week. It's out of control. It's a bit absurd. It's truly a miracle. It's a miracle. Anyway, 51,731.94 cents. The high was 64,005.20 cents. The low is 50,907.81 cents. All right, that was the low. We went to 50,900 bucks, and we would close at 63,148.92 cents, up $11,423.47, up 22%. I believe the biggest weekly candle in Bitcoin's history, even at the price it's at, which is absolutely astronomical if you think about that, you know, and phenomenal time to be alive. The next weekly candle already opening bullish and encapsulating the high of that last candle. We just hit a high recently of 64,284. It was insanity. I couldn't believe it. No sleep until a new all-time high. We want 70K, and we want it now. We want 70K, and we want it now. I said we want 70K, and we want it now. But we do. We want 70,000, and we want it now, and we can't handle it until we get it. All right? So let's talk about Bitcoin. Let's break it down. Let's get ready for the week ahead. If we can even manage the absolute insanity that's going on right now. So look, right here we have previous support as resistance. Beautiful move here. We got the bounce resistance here. We blow through that resistance here because this was previous resistance. We blow through that. Where's your next resistance? Really was right here. We blew through that. Where's your next resistance? Is the all-time high. You're telling me we're not blowing through that? You know what I'm saying? This is just how technical analysis works. You know, so the next stop for us really is where we could say this candle opened at 63,300. Yeah, wow, 63. No. Sorry, we're at the high. Sorry, no. I was like, well, come on. 68,997. 69. Oh, that's the high of the wick. I want to see where the candle opened. Oh, yeah. It closed 65.5. 65,500. 65,000. You know, it says 750 here, but if I bring it right, let me get in there. So make it perfect. And how do I know that? Like you hover, you have open, high, low, and close. So if I can hear and take a look at where the close was, it closed at 65,502. That's where this candle would have opened, right? 65,502. And so that's going to be my key area, 65.5. And of course, you know, so 65,500 is the weekly resistance. No reason why it can't continue. Look, something shooting straight up. Like have you ever seen an asset do this? This is, people are mouth-watering right now that didn't get into Bitcoin down here. Like, we should get an award, man, for for best technical analysis of 2023. Oh wait, we did. Thank you. And I'm humbled by it. It's amazing that happened to us. Unbelievable. I don't think I need to be as big as I am there. Shrink me down. My head's getting a little too big. So, but I mean, unbelievable, right? Everybody says like the video. Smash the like button, man. You know, the whole thing is if you have your bags in cryptocurrency, you want the algorithm to pump out more cryptocurrency videos because it's only going to help what you have become more popular. That's going to help you make more money. So even if you didn't like me for whatever reason, which I don't think is possible because everybody likes me, like my mom said, like, remember Jerry? Everybody loves you, Jerry. But everybody loves me, and I know that. So it doesn't make sense. But even if you didn't, the whole point of the story is you would hit the like button because it would help your own bags pump. And of course, you want to see your bags pump. So it would make sense that the like button would be for you. So no matter what you're thinking, that like button will propel your ends to a far place because it only helps the Google algorithm put out more cryptocurrency videos. Like if you're in JASMY right now and someone sees the chart for JASMY, that only helps you in the long term, right? Period. So the like button will be good for you. The givers gain. If you give, you will gain. All right? If you give, you will gain. I'm telling you right now, I always give and I always get back in return time and time again. So I give without thinking. If I'm out there, just give a little more, give a little more, give a little more, tip a little more. Don't worry about it. Let it flow out of your hands. And, there's this ancient saying that my friend told me, and you've probably been told it. I'm not saying I'm a genius for saying it, but it's pretty cool. And it's like, if your hand stays open, you can always get more back. So like you become like this, both hands open. So you can receive and you can give. But if you keep your hands closed, like, oh, you're about to tip. Like you ever be at you're about to tip and it's like you put $8 and it's like, just put a $10 tip. You know what I mean? Just round it up to 10, give that person $10, man. Like, you know what I mean? And it starts like that. I started that when I had no money back in the day. It was all little things like that for me. And I would read the books of abundance and mindset. And I'd only have a little bit of money, but I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to round up to 10 and give a bigger tip because I'm going to get that better job next week. Something good's going to happen to me. And it did. And then I gave a bigger tip. And then I believed something good was going to happen to me. And sometimes I didn't always have it and I still did it because I always believed that's when it's going to happen to you. See, when you don't have it and you still give, that's when the universe is like, wow, this guy's committed. He really thinks that I'm going to take care of him. And then what happens? The universe takes care of you. It's just like it's this crazy mindset that like you have to believe it works for it to work, but it doesn't work if you don't believe it. So it either works or it doesn't, and either you're working it or it's not happening. So either you know it works and you do it, or it doesn't work. It'll blow your mind. Anyway, if you know what I'm saying, then you know. If you don't, then I get it. But if you know, then you know, right? What I'm cautious about is how far away we are from this 21-day moving average. Telling me there needs to be some type of pullback for Bitcoin, but at the same time, we are getting above key levels and we're breaking above resistances. The daily chart now, breaking out of this little flag that was in. We could even be in an upward trending flag. And this makes a lot of sense to me. So we trend up. The 21 comes close. We might even wick down to it one time, come back inside just for a scare. Then we get close. And then we get our bigger move to the upside. It does say that the bigger move is going to wait, I guess, up until 4 or 5 more days. I could be wrong. We could skyrocket tomorrow. You know what I mean? But there's the feeling that it's going to take 3 to 4 more days of sideways price action, possibly upward trending, until our bigger move. That measured move takes me to 81,731. I know. Spit out your coffee, fall on the ground. I've never done that. I didn't even know that I was doing. I was just casually making a measured move, right? Just up that up to do. But if we do get this upward trending move here, Sam, I hope your dad had a wonderful birthday. Could you go over RUNE? As usual, thank you for everything you do. Shout out to Dopamine, Wave Pool. Blessings on blessings for you and your family. And thank you. We had a wonderful day today. The cake was unbelievable. I could not believe the cake. It was one of the most gorgeous cakes I've ever seen for a kid's birthday. I was blown away by the cake. It tasted amazing too. Even though I regret eating, my body doesn't do well with any type of a lot of sugar. It really doesn't. Sugar just destroys me. Really destroys me. But I gotta show a picture. I gotta show a video of this cake. This cake was insane. Anyway, so Bitcoin, after that little dippery-doodle, And where was that low here on that day? That was a crazy dip down to 62,288. Could have got Bitcoin at 62,000. Unbelievable, right? So let's move further down the line here and see how the daily's going to get this little curve. You know, it's okay. There's some signs of life here. The 22 resetting, as long as we keep going sideways while this resets, very bullish sign for Bitcoin. Same thing here as this bending. MACD is a little extended, but that's okay. MACD is not my most, MACD is, if you use the MACD as your most accurate indicator, you will be slammed. MACD is not your friend. Use the MACD, and then you're like, why do I have it on the screen? Because I know how to use it, and I know how to couple it with the right indicators, so it is my friend. All right? So we see that, if we come down here and things get crazy, people are going to get real bearish again and say it's double topping, and there is a bearish divergence here, I'll tell you that. And it seemed like we may have topped out. That is a strong bearish div. Usually you do get a dump after something like that. I will tell you that. Everyone's like, but you're so bullish, Sam. Then you said that's bearish divergence. We'll see what happens. Sometimes, it can be not that strong. So here you got resistance and resistance. These are your two areas that we got to watch. That's going to be 62,004 and 62,940 for Bitcoin. All right, on the 4-hour time frame. We take a look here at the 1-hour time frame in this technical analysis set here. On the 1 hour, the tight moving averages told me we were likely going to get that move to the upside. I went long. Beautiful pump to 64,400. Do we continue to the upside? I like how this 15-minute reset. Very bullish sign. I would be watching the 7 to the 15-minute. They'll be my telltale signs for what's going to happen tonight. And that aggressive bend here tells me a big pump is likely going to come. This is a flag that we already broke out of. You could even kind of start to make some type of an ascending triangle here of types. And I see the 7-minute continuing to the upside. I am still in my long. I'm going to ride this to 65.5. That is the resistance on the weekly. Might be a smart place to take a nibble. But again, we want 70K and we want it now. The 7-minute looks like we can get it. I like this consolidation. Things are moving pretty nice. We're well above the 200 SMA. The moving averages are getting a little far apart, but they could still ride. And again, where do you open up the longs when you get above the 200 SMA on the 7-minute time frame? Stop loss on the other side. You can get right here. Your stop loss can be right near your entry. This is the most amazing way to trade. Most people, I guess, will never do it. I think it takes a lot of guts, know-how, and years of knowledge. I don't know. It seems simple to me, but I guess it's not so simple. Well, man, I add to, when this happens, I add to the trade hard. I'm like, I bring that leverage over and just boom, I add more to the trade. I'm like, oh, let me double down now. Such a likely scenario that I'm going to get a push to the upside. Here, if you did it right there too, look, if you open the trade the second the candle opened above this yellow line right there, massive gains. I talk about it every single day on my channel. I think I should stop talking about it before it gets more popular. I really as much as I love teaching people my sauce, I almost be like, dang, I don't want everyone to know how simple this is. But I also want people to know that you could change your life. So I just want to make enough money to ride off into the sunset. And then y'all can just use my strategies for the rest of your lives and make money, right? For free of charge too. And all you got to do is pick me up on your private jet once a year and take me somewhere cool. And when I get old, you got to come visit me. Like right now, if you're in the chat and you're 30 or 20 years old, because I'm old, you got to come visit me. When I'm 70 and you're 50, you got to take me golfing. When I'm 90 and you're 70, you got to come, you got to bring me places to the islands. You got to fly me places. So that's all I ask everybody is you make millions of dollars with what I teach and you nail it. All I ask is that you just, just be cool with me and take me places when I'm old. Okay? That's all I want. Please. Can we shake on that? Can we shake on that? Here. All right. Just don't leave me hanging. All right. I'll be waiting near on that jet line. I'll be waiting for that jet, baby, to take me to Paradiso. Now, could this be the time to make a big short? It is a bearish divergence. What will happen is the 7-minute will collapse. Eventually, we'll break the 200 SMA. You may miss this initial short, but that will tell you things are starting to struggle. And then things will start to kind of, Now, if we stay beautifully inside the sauce here and we don't break this low. So, look, it's a trend. high, low, high, lower high. We must make a lower low, a higher low, and then a higher high. In the next, 2-3 hours, this flag really needs to break out above 64,293 to remain bullish for Bitcoin. Okay? And that's the kind of price action that we're looking for. I'm bullish, but this is one nasty bearish div. Some people just want to work for themselves in the 95-degree heat. Amen. I'm signing up for the 99 trading group. Amen. Come on in, man. If you're in the trading group, we talked about MYRO right here at 11 cents before it even ripped. Beautiful trade. Continued to fly to the upside. We gave you JASMY this morning. You couldn't watch my live stream and you would have learned it all. We talked about Pepe. I even gave you MYRO again today inside of an inverted head and shoulder. I looked at MYRO. I said, wow, that, technical analysis break, and technical analysis on top of having, people inside. And look at MYRO just doing more damage. But see, I saw MYRO's shoulder, head, right shoulder, right there at 13. MYRO went from 13 to 18 in a day. And look, it's in a flag here, likely breaking out further to the upside. All that money probably just left Bitcoin. That Bitcoin dip was probably money just getting into meme coins. People are like, yo, I'm selling my Bitcoin for memes. I'll buy it back later. Once MYRO breaks this high, 19, it's going to rip to 25. That's its next big target for MYRO. And this thing is just on an absolute tear. And memes are the word right now. Sometimes I want 100x Pepe and then I have some lemon water. Yeah, you get this, I want to be, these coins make you want to go ape. They make you want to do silly things with your money. This 15-minute looks very aggressive for a move, though. This 15-minute looks like it's going to move really, really nicely. Likely to break this high. Look how aggressive those Stokes are turning. MYRO looking for a punch to the upside here on that 15-minute. If Bitcoin just stays sideways and does the deed, 63,500 for Bitcoin. Let's see what happens here inside the 7-minute flag. Any insight in the smaller time frames? Very interesting pattern. It kind of resembles the bigger dip that they did before. And where we're at, it kind of like this is where we are on the bigger stage. Isn't that funny? Anyway, so yeah, we're just going to watch this kind of interesting price action here for Bitcoin. We don't want to see the 1 minute lose the 200 SMA. That will be the first sign of disaster, of making good money on the bear side, which isn't a disaster, right? We can make money either way. Let's take a look at Aptos for my man. I want to rip through these super chats. How about the Celtics whipping the Golden State Warriors 140 to 88? Yo, if that wasn't a statement of display of just who is who right now, that was crazy. That was crazy. Shout out to my Celtics, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. Whole team amazing. Al Horford, my man. Mentions God the second they interview him. Anytime, he's always like, praise God. I love that dude. Beautiful cup and handle for Aptos. You can see it's about to blast to the upside. I see a move coming for Aptos. The small caps pump, then these like mid caps. It's crazy. It's like the memes are supposed to be last, but the memes pump, they're out of control. Then people are going to, get into real projects. They're going to sell memes for things that make sense. I would. That's like kind of my plan. I get in a meme, it pumps up 10x, 5x. Use that money to get into something hot. Then I'm going to hold for the next, and then continue to, use liquidity for whatever's hot again on the meme side. Keep a mean bag, you don't have to get rid of it all. And again, you do whatever makes you happy. I'm just going over in my mind, like, what makes sense to me? I see Aptos making a blast out of this 6 hour. That's a big move coming for Aptos. And it looks like altcoins are going to have their day tomorrow, depending on which ones, right? But look at this cake. This cake was crazy. Look at that thing. 3-year-old birthday cake. $90 cake, apparently. Insanity. It tasted like it was, though. Sam, can you take a look at SEI for me? I appreciate what you do. Blessings to you and your family. Shout out to Jeffrey Anderson for the 3rd super chat on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate that. Blessings on blessings. Thank you for the $97 in chat revenue. 1,300 and look, 1,313 people here on the live. 492 likes. Let's get those likes up to the watches. I already talked about how it helps you and your own bag, so it doesn't make sense if you don't hit the like button. I see Aptos making a big move here. 37% gains out the flag. Previous support becomes resistance. SR flipping on that wick that we just had. Bitcoin stays sideways or even dips slightly. It doesn't seem to matter to a coin of this, where it's at. I wouldn't be surprised. We got a move here for Aptos. Casper, please, and thank you. Shout out to D the Dude, 88. Blessings on blessings. Thank you for being here. I was just thinking of what a beautiful day it was to be alive today. And it was a nice warmer day here in Boston. Blessings on blessings to each and every one of you that has come into the stream. APT 6-hour bull flag. And I don't have a lot of time to explain it anymore. Things are getting hot and heavy. And that's what we're seeing in the markets. Take off those shoes, baby. Yep. Sam, can you take a look at Osaka Protocol? Hey, Sam, can you please explain what's happening with XRPZ? It's just being XRP, man. You know what's happening with it. They're actually still in the lawsuit, too, so there's still some speculation on it. People are still watching what's happening with XRP. They're not sure exactly if they're buying it yet, Now my XXP bag you gave me a year ago went bananas. Love you, Sam. Just want to hug you, bro. And all the lifers have given me love, man. Hey, man, you'll see me one day. I'm pretty sure I see everybody somehow, some way. I get around. Telcoin, boys and girls. I have to peace out. Much love, lifers. Shout out to Sal. Don't tell us when you leave. Just leave quietly. We don't want people to know that you're leaving the stream. You know what I mean? I'm just joking. But in all seriousness, it would be better if you didn't, if you just kind of Irish goodbye it, Can you look at the ZKF, please? No, but I love you, brother. Thank you. I bought FOMO token on Matic. I have Horse Sky logo. You're funny. Miami versus Boston Eastern Conference Finals round. You're funny. I just gave up on an extra XRP and sold it all for Badger with a $1,000 loss because I think Badger will 20x. Hey, Badger was hot back in the day. Hey, Sam, hope you and your family are doing well. Making gains. Shout out to Tim. We love you. Casper will hit $1 before XRP, no doubt. Oh, for sure. For sure. Okay, let's take a look here at ORNJ. And we got through Bitcoin pretty easily. So this coin's hot. That dip at 22 was probably one of the greatest buys ever if we were able to, bounce into that coin. Now, we got into this coin, remember, at 11 cents when it first came out. And then I sold somewhere like 37. It would rip to 79. Never chase. A lot of these meme coins are doing this. They are going to come back. Everyone thinks these meme coins aren't going to come back. They're never going to be able to get them again. And you know what? If they don't come back, so be it. It wasn't meant for you. Everyone's so spent on what has to be. It has to be everything. Caspa just had its run, and then people are into memes right now. Once that settles, people get back into the right, the projects that matter. But you just got to wait it out. I see this going back to 109. Not some good gains. Not amazing, but 2x. Can't hurt. And it's super low in the 6-hour time frame. I pull a Fibonacci from that impulse to the wick. And yeah, we wicked to this, the 886, hit the 786 beautifully. We're in the golden pocket right now. It's telling you it's a screaming buy. It's telling you, hey, right now, 34 is your buy for ORNJ USDT. All right. If I had $1, I might buy it. ORNJ USDT. All right. Unbelievable times to be alive. Pepe, guys. Pepe. Oh, yeah. Osaka Protocol has been running. Amen. Yeah. Doge to $1. Let's go. So, but this looks hot to me. And this is where I start to consider accumulating any coin, of any asset in the world, no matter what it is, as long as I like it. And it, and I've done my research and I have conviction in it. I begin to kind of load up. That's what I do here. So definitely on the radar, something that I'm looking at. I like that. I like it a lot. ORNJ, and I'm patient. I saw a lot of people jumping in. I'm buying some ORNJ here and here at 40, 43, but I'm patient. 22 would have been a scrumptious buy. You got to have the guts to buy those nasty red wicks, though. You really do. 63,590 for Bitcoin, starting to flatten out a little bit. I would just continue to watch the 7-minute time frame, and we'll get to it in about 45 minutes, maybe probably less. But you know, we'll check back into Bitcoin intermittently. I have Bookmap up and running on another screen. I have 6 monitors around me, so do not worry. I'm staring at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 monitors, 2 right here, 2 on each side, surrounding me at all times. I got the chat in one window. I got, you know, Bookmap in another, you know. And, you know, what's interesting is I made a beautiful video that I can't wait to share with you guys later on, but give you a little teaser for I Trust Capital. You know, I just wanted to talk more about what happens tax season and stuff like that and give you guys some awesome insight. That video will be coming out. I Trust Capital, the channel sponsor, really appreciate it. Hit that QR code or the link below where you can buy and sell cryptocurrency inside of a Roth IRA, tax-free, and, you know, until retirement. It's pretty awesome. And, you know, you can read the fine print and check it out. It's a pretty good deal. Let's take a look at our baby. BONK, as someone says, BONK is ripping. I mean, they're all ripping. Looks like they're all going to rip to the upside. I had this little flag for BONK. Looked like BONK was going to continue to the upside. See this flag and just trade a flag. You know, grab a flag, any flag. They took it down. But look, after that dip, and now Bitcoin goes sideways, people don't care. They'll try to make it while they can. 52% gains out of the BONK flag here. Many people might, that's crazy. Some people might have just gotten hit right there after that move. If you were trading leverage, they definitely took out a lot of leverage people on that wick for sure. It's what they do. You know, but if you were trading spot or you were swing trading with a pretty deep stop loss, you're still in massive gains right now. So that's what I do. You look shoulder, head, right shoulder too to the upside, inverted head and shoulder broke out. So you didn't even have to wait. Could have even got in here. And I see this punching up further to the upside. BONK is making some serious damage. And actually BONK was the trade I put out here when it was in an inverted head and shoulder to the trading group. I just saw the inverted head and shoulder. It looked so obvious to me. I'm like, oh, this thing's going to move. And there it is, up like it was up 77 at one point. Now it's up about 114% gains. Up, you know, a beautiful double up for BONK. And you look like what's headed for BONK now? Well, if you look, if this was its leg up, you know, you kind of would have this bigger lane. So it tells me that it's on its way for a pretty big move all the way up to here. That's probably likely its next target. And a lot of people use fib extensions and stuff of that nature. I've had a really good, I have some weird nature, second nature, or some weird gift when it comes to measured moves. And my measured moves are just spot on. Like for Bitcoin, for any coin, really, you name it, from the stock market to here, I just get this knack for where we're likely going to go. And, you know, we're in price discovery right now. And, you know, there's no reason why BONK can't stop, especially with this crazy rally. First thing I would do is the stochastics are high here on the 1, you know. First thing I'm doing is waiting for some type of flag on the 1 minute. Once I get a flag, you know, there's a chance we could trade BONK right here for its next move to the upside. So like the smaller time frames will blend us into the next trade. So this is how I would even trade BONK, you know, and I'd wait for you maybe, you know. Now it could continue to pump here, which it is. Look at that. It's just getting out of control in the bids. But eventually it's going to have to make some type of sideways price action. But look at this thing. It's mooning as we speak. Look, I have to just keep like, but at one point, it's going to make some type of sideways price action. It's going to have to come back to this 21-day moving average. And then we're going to kind of see what it does there. All right. BONK, baby. Up 200% on 100x leverage for Bitcoin and gave it all back on that wick. Added to the trade. Before the 99, I would have never had the courage to do this. As soon as you bought up BONK, I got a Mexi notification that 100 BONK futures went up 26%. Sam the man, Osaka Protocol, thank you. Steve M, thank you. We appreciate it, brother. So I wouldn't jump into BONK. It would have to make some type of flag for me on the 1 minute time frame. But it does say it's headed all the way to 33.97. And then the bigger target is 47.22 for BONK. That's the extended higher measured move. What about CWIF? If you haven't looked at it, you know, CWIF was hot. They were all hot. I don't care what it was. Cat with hat, hot. I don't even know if this is the real chart, but look at that thing. Did it come out today at 42 to 150? WIF was out of control. WIF is interesting to me right now. I'm like, they just look like they're going to continue. But the TA says, hey, they're going to struggle a little. Like, TA says, hey, you're too far away from the 21. You know, my traditional system says, no way, this has to come and crash now down to the 786 or the 618 at least. Or go sideways. If it's super bullish, it can go extremely sideways on the daily now. But you're looking for one of these two things. I mean, who's not going to physically start taking profits here? You're so cooked on the daily. Now, again, I can't guarantee it. It got pretty high here on the daily and it continued to pump. So that's why I always watch the smaller time frames. And if you look at the 1 hour here, and we get away from projecting too far into the future. I mean, right now that's a beautiful flag. And that flag says it's going to continue to 255. 323 is the bigger target for whiff. Pretty crazy times to be alive. And, you know, as long as whiff stays above 147, this thing's going to continue to move. Moving averages are getting far apart. 4 hour is cooked and says it has to come back to the 21. These are very far apart. We got a bearish div on the indicator saying, hey. But this, you know, the want for this could just defy the, you know, the divergence at some point. Am I aping in? A little bit of me wants to trade this 4 hour, the 1 hour, I'll be honest, for some gains, because it, you know, if it does do this one, I feel like that, you know, that could be another quick pump. At the same time, it's a chase. And like, if you're not taking profits now, I feel like, or just riding it out because you're already in it, I don't know what to say, you know. Adam getting the pump right there, breaking out on the 15-minute here on this flag. That thing's gone, man. It's going to break 13 tonight, possibly. You know, I tend to have a knack for this, but again, you never know. Anything is possible. Look, it's still got this kind of Adam and Eve double top vibe. We had one earlier, though, and we, you know, same kind of idea here on the smaller time frame. This one here, and we just blasted. It didn't matter. But it is a high, a low. You know, we don't want to, we really need to get a bounce here. You want to get a bounce here now, so you don't get this. Look, it is an Adam and Eve. It really is. Says we drop. You know, you'll lose the 200 SMA. That'll be the first notice of some type of pain, right? Major move right there. But it did. Look at the buy up. And as long as we stay above this 200 SMA, we will continue to pump tonight. Remember that. Remind yourself that, you know, no matter what anyone else tells you, no matter how many indicators they use, I don't care who they are, what they do. As long as we stay inside the pattern and stay above the 200, this yellow line, we will continue to the upside here for Bitcoin. And our next target will be 65,500. So we want 65.5 and we want it now. All right. Remember, TI has been getting locked up for a long time and people making gains on it. If you're in TIA, I feel like you got to be willing to hold it for a year or two and really see it, you know, grow to fruition. That's all, you know. That's how I look at it in the long term. Extremely overbought now, flagging out. And, you know, it could be double bottoming here. If it loses this level, it could very well test 11. Not enough people buy it, you know, and too many people are staking it. They want, you know, and it broke a parabola. It was on a run from $2 all the way up to 21. I mean, what a massive move. So, you know, I'm not saying it's over. And I love the Atom ecosystem, right? They got some new coins coming out and stuff like that. I'm in TIA. So like I sound like I'm talking it down. I just want to make it, I'm a realist. I'm just being real about even my position. But if it bounces up here and starts to consolidate, we're likely headed up to 32. If it breaks back down, fine, it could bounce. Let's take a look here at what the fib, you know, can teach us. And maybe it could come to the 618 at $9 or $10. But in the long term, I think it just gives too much back. I think it's too much of an ecosystem, and there's other ways to airdrop off of TIA. So I'm not selling my TIA. I think there's just too much opportunity in it at the present moment in time. At the same time, there's just a lot of memes. People might have, you have to remember, people are chasing memes right now. They're selling a lot of stuff. So someone might have been in TIA and they sold it to get into a meme. Okay. Waxel is in a cup and handle on the 1 hour. Yeah, that thing's out of control. Holding and staking for the long term. Yeah. Waxel, yeah. SEI. FOMO. Hey, Sam, any chance to have a quick look at Dent? Word has it, it's going to pump at the bull run. Something new. Cheers. Dent is an old coin from back in the day, though. Remember that thing? Atom ecosystem as a whole is worth staking for more airdrops. Yeah. Can you go over Bitcoin one time? Quick, please, sir. No, we went over it multiple times. I mean, I already spent a good amount of time. You could go back in the chart, though, and check it out. You definitely could go back in the chart and check it out. We're just watching the 7-minute here if you're just joining us. Nice pump out that flag. But now it's looking like it could be the a bearish move here. So now look, once that changes and you lose that level, then you know you're more in a falling wedge immediately. Because I've just studied this and I've watched it in real time so much in my life. You know, your quick luck here is that you're going to get some type of bounce and make it symmetrical, which could happen, but it's more likely you're headed further to the downside here for Bitcoin. Your 4 hour still looks pretty interesting, and there's still buy pressure. It could have been Grayscale too, just selling off real quick. Grayscale getting grabbing that liquidity to the downside, but Bitcoin is now down 1,000, basically from 64,266 down to 63,335, and about to break this level and go further down. Lost the 21-day moving average, so now you don't have the flag that we initially were falling in love with, right? I mean, this trade I'm in long term. Remember, this is the long term trade I made. This trade was up like $2,000 when that whole thing was rallying. It was crazy. This trade was up like together they were up like $4 or $5,000. It was out of control. It really was. But look, I put like basically half the account in here and survived the dip. Now we're gonna revisit the dip. Now this is just a crazy night. It's heavy volatility on a Sunday night. I like this oversold stochastic. It's weird that we're dumping on that in the face of that. But anything can happen, see? Stokes just bend to price. I always say it's all about support or resistance. Like if you can't get above a previous, right there, like resistance. Bitcoin has to break back above 63,700 to remain bullish. Like if you can't break back above that, then expect more downside. And there we go. Now, once these get far apart, you're likely to come all the way to the 200 SMA. And look, the 1 minute probably is about to lose the 200. It did. Now, if you can't get back above the 200 SMA sooner than later, then you're going to continue this dump to the downside. Now, there's a chance you get back inside, and this is all like, a trap, like a bear trap. But, you had the Adam and Eve double bottom, double top, which basically played out, right? Can the 1 minute get back above this V-shaped recovery? Could we do some serious damage back to the upside here? Is it making some type of flag like this? Anything is possible. I'm open-minded, but it's pretty ugly price action at this point, right? Come on, Bitcoin, get back above that 200 SMA, baby. Let's see what this low stochastic 1 minute can do. You'd be surprised, man. Seconds from now, we could go, and Bitcoin could be right here at 65K. Like, especially on a Sunday night into Monday morning, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Oh, man, what a day it is. With all the money, all the movement, and then the volatility, my hat goes off to each and every one of you who's into cryptocurrency. I've done it for years now. It's a battle. I don't know what happened to my camera. I guess I lost it. Been on all day. Hold on. I'll get it back on. It'll get back on. Hold on. Just act like I'm still there. We'll just put a picture of me smiling. That's me. Hey, guys. Don't worry. Technical difficulties on a heavy day. but I should bounce back in. Camera dies, even though it's plugged in, it likes to die for whatever reason. But don't worry, it could flip back on any moment. If it doesn't, then we go without the camera. It is what it is. You know what I mean? We just have to move on. MoveOn.com, as my dad used to say. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But lately it's been flicking on, just flicking on a little late. But we'll see. And that, I may just take it off for now until see if it comes back on. Sammy without the cami for the first time in a long time. And maybe it's time for a new cameraman. Time to go shopping for a new cameraman and get this thing up and running. Did I unplug something? Yep. The plug came out because I was running a thing. That's all that happened. The plug came out. Hold on 1 second. It must have just been dangling just enough. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah. There you go. Hey, I'm the engineer, the tech guy, the CEO, the trader. I'm juggling everything. But I got it. I just showed you how to keep it moving no matter what, though, right? Look, people loved it, right? They're cheering for it. We're getting the bounce here for Bitcoin back to the upside. Can we get back above this 200 SMA for BTC? I got no fear. Larry Fink is here. But anyway, let's take a look here. If we get back above this 200, right now we're trying to battle. See, we're going to battle this. This is the battle right here, the 1 minute 200 SMA. Stick with Sammy. I'm going to teach you how we run this market. How we run this market day. And what we don't want to see is this make a bear flag that's going to drop us further down if we can't break back above that key level. And you could say we're kind of in this channel with this jagged, crazy move, and we may come back down. We want to get us back above. We want this to make something more like this, right? Like a shoulder, kind of a head, and a right shoulder break on out. Only time will tell as we play with the small time frames for Bitcoin. But if you made the call with me, you're in massive gains. I do have to say I gave the call, back down here for Bitcoin before it pumped massively to the upside. We even gave this flag here, and this flag was the flag I went over this morning and today, and we got the move to the upside for sure for Bitcoin. So I was long. If you watched my live stream this morning, we made massive gains, right? So shout out to anyone that's up pretty nicely in your trades. You're doing great. And it's actually bouncing further back here on the futures than the spot. And we're oversold. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing just takes off. Tonight's a special night. It's a different type of day. Shout out to my baby Palm AI. Meet your Google-powered multi-platform AI chatbots. Engage in conversation coding, image generation, or smart vision with an input of your choice, ranging from voice messages to imagery. Let your imagination be the limit to how far AI can help you or your business succeed. Create your own AI applications without any prior knowledge. Enjoy the benefits of revenue. Powered by a mix of Google suites of AI tools and in-house innovative algorithms taken by both Web3 and Web2 by the Palm team. And I don't know the team at all. I'm invested in Palm myself. I like the coin. I think it's hot. Super small market cap. Great idea. Great promise. Let's get them to the top, baby. Crypto Fear and Green Index is so high, you would think there would have to be a nasty pullback, at least to get us back into the 40s or the 30s, where people would just be sitting there and be like, I can't believe what they just did. There usually is a massive pullback, right? And it usually is when people just can't handle it anymore. They keep So if Bitcoin dumps, this will dump. If Bitcoin goes sideways, this will pump. If Bitcoin pumps, this will go sideways and then pump. That's kind of the story here of the night. I'm seeing, massive resistance, and I don't see how this doesn't dump. At this point, my technical analysis says this has to dump, but then I know there's a chance that the last minute little flag here, because it's still oversold, and they've done this to Bitcoin. I've seen the bigger time frame say sell Bitcoin, but then when you look at Bitcoin for what it is, it's in too good of a position, you know. I sell this, the next thing you know, it flies, you know. This one, we've been waiting on these two trades for a long time. For a long time. Not a long time, but it felt like forever. Right? Semper Fi, I love you, Sam. Thank you for this beautiful stream. Amen, man. Thank you. Sorry for the camera bumping out there for a second. But we're back. We're back at it. Doing what we do every single day here on the live. Bringing it to you. You know, we bring it to you live. And we had 2 technical difficulties tonight, but we pushed through no matter what. Shout out to Mr. Norris. Shout out to Proud Gun Owner 26. Shout out to Weeze Technology. Shout out to David Gelfel. Shout out to Sarah Alla Dali. Shout out to Indie Rocker Crypto. Shout out to Wayne Mustafa, Crypto Billy, Jennifer Moffitt, C. Maz in the house. Lifer, love you, brother. Latest CIL. Thank you, Sebi. I'm nailing my trades thanks to you, Sammy. Shout out to Boost of Frequency. How many people learned how to trade amazingly with me, got the education they deserved, and now they feel like they are taking control of the market and their emotions, and it makes sense to them, and they're taking money hand over fist, and it's making sense. That's all I hope, is that you're able to make some gains and change your life with this market. The halving is coming in 45 days, 15 hours, and 7 minutes. Things are going to get crazy. April 18th, it says, and it could vary by a week or two here on and off, depending on the block size, but wow, it's looking like it's definitely mid to early April here for Bitcoin. 833 on the current block height, and the block time is at 6:05. Wow, 1.24 market cap by Bitcoin. Every 4 years, Bitcoin blockchain initial block reward is 50 Bitcoins. The current block reward is 625. The next will be halved by 3125. That lowers the rate at which Bitcoins are generated. The halving is periodically and is programmed into Bitcoin's code. Right? Conventional fiat currencies are subject to inflation due to the ability of governments or banks to increase the money supply. Unlike these currencies, Bitcoin is capped at a total supply of 21,000 Bitcoin, 21 million, meaning no additional coins can be created beyond this limit. I swear I know how many Bitcoins there is. This guy's a moron. You know, this fail. Get off the mic. This finite supply alongside. That's when you just stop and you do your best Stephen Hawking impression. The world was made up by gases and moving at the speed of light. This is the time where we trade Bitcoin. Bitcoin was made because it's better than any type of money you can buy. I like Bitcoin and my Satoshi. Sorry. If you're nuts like me, then you'll laugh. If you think I'm insane, then just keep watching and learn, you know? Okay, so Bitcoin is hot, man. That's all I got to say, man. 21 million Bitcoins, man. Finite supply. And this is why I'm always talking about these. And if you go through history and you take a look at the US dollar purchasing power during the 20th century, it continues to lose value over time. RIP to the fiat currency graveyard. Average one is only like 35 years before it really starts to slump and get beat to the ground. And you're looking at 10,000 rubles, 5 million Zairs, 10 million Bengos, 1 million Germany, Weimar, right? It's so crazy. 1 trillion Zimbabwe dollars. Are you kidding me? You know, 10,000 Bolivares in Venezuela, 10 billion dinar in Yugoslavia, 5 million Bolivian pesos. Are you kidding me? And when we print money, we devalue the world's currency. Turkey, lira. Bitcoin hit an all-time high in multiple countries. That's what people don't realize. Bitcoin may not hit an all-time high here in the American dollar, but it's hit an all-time high in multiple countries, which is an insane idea if you think about it, right? So Bitcoin technically has hit an all-time high, like in many, many different other currencies throughout the world. So we're looking for this kind of to get tight and break out. Shoulder head, kind of a right shoulder here. Otherwise, it's going to slump to the downside. You want Bitcoin to get back above 63,430 to remain bullish. That's that POC on the 1 minute time frame and the 200 SMA. Right now, we're getting rejected by the 200. We are making a bit of a bear flag here as the stochastics continue to rise to the upside. Not our best sign. That measured move with this bear flag would dump us further to the downside, and it would make it a little more hairy for the bulls. We don't want to see that. We want to get back above here. We want this rally to continue. We want to feel all cozy and warm inside as we go to bed. We don't want to be in pain. But Bitcoin usually puts us in pain as we go to bed and makes you stay up all night until you pee your pants. But that's just how Bitcoin is. All right? Sorry. You signed up for cryptocurrency. I didn't. All right? I did too, but I didn't sign you up. All right? You signed yourself up. You're here now with me. You have no choice. You got locked in the matrix. You fell down the rabbit hole. You're now hearing a guy that talks like an announcer. You don't know what's going on, really. He screams close really loud, and he seems to know what he's talking about. He uses this yellow line a lot, and he's out of his mind, but you just can't leave. You just can't leave. And so you're here, and you're stuck with me. I'm stuck with you. But thank you so much for coming on in, and I appreciate you. And I hope you're having a good time. And, you know, I'll do my impressions, and I'll try to make you laugh, and, you know, hey, I get no respect over here. Hey. My wife said, how come you don't take me no place I never been, huh? So I took it to the kitchen, huh? Hey, I get no respect, huh? You know? My father always liked my brother more than me, huh? You know? Told me, hey, you can't be more like your brother, huh? Hey, he took me fishing, told me to jump off the dock, huh? Hey, I was so ugly when I was born, the doctor slapped my mother. Hey. Said, what are you doing? How can you make a baby that ugly? Oh, that guy was the best, man. That guy was the best. Hey, 63,400 back above the 200 SMA, huh? Hey, what are you laughing for, huh? What was so funny about a green candle, huh? Oh, hey, you're getting squeezed by a short, huh? Hey, squeeze it up there, kid. So, look, we got a nice little move here for Bitcoin back above the 200 SMA. Tells me it's all handy-dandy. Wedges back to the upside means it's more likely that the wedge is going to break out. And again, I've been in the zone lately. If you feel like I have just been in the zone, like I just point out, and it's just because I have been in the zone. Mentally, I am in some type of crazy state the last week or two. And when it comes to a project or a coin or a move, I just can smell it and see it. And man, these trades are banging on them now. We're back up $2,700, back in the safe zone. We did bounce. Look, previous support became resistance here. People bought into that idea. That was just enough to give them some faith, right? And the 15-minute now is in a beautiful flag, about to break up to the upside and about to get busy here. And if you got scared out and you got shook out, you may not be ready for this rally to $65,000, baby. Can you handle it? Because it looks like we're going there on the stream. But maybe I'm getting you a little too excited. I'm entertaining you a little too much. I'm getting a little too crazy. Let's slow it down. Let's reset our chi. Let's remind ourselves that anything could happen and that Bitcoin could dump to the downside at any moment in time. And we must use stop losses, proper risk management, and just, you know. But right now, the stochastics are resetting. This flag has hit previous support as resistance. So far, so good for Bitcoin. My target is 65,155. Will we go there? I don't know, but almost 90% of the time when I draw a blue line, we've hit it. But again, I shouldn't say that and jinx myself. This will be the one time we don't. But just be careful. It is Sunday night into Monday morning. I wouldn't be surprised if they were playing games all around the board. All right? You see me, I pumped 200 grand into the market in the last couple weeks. I bought 200 grand worth of Solana, which so far has really, really paid off. Let's talk about buying Solana for 100 racks. I mean, it's nerve-wracking a little bit, but it also, my wife was like, it must be kind of nerve-wracking. And I said to her, it's like, it's really not, though. And she said, wow, is it because I know what I'm doing. Like, I know what I'm buying. You know what I mean? Knock on wood. But, you know, I know what I'm getting myself into here. And look, there's a move there up to 166 there for Solana. And that would be the next move further to the upside here for Sol. That looks like a beautiful flag. 166 is my target for Solana. Of course, I'm in it and I'm bullish, but that's not the only reason. I saw this cup and handle. I saw the bigger breakout out of this, that rising wedge here. I got too many lines around there. But you can see here, if I go to the 4-hour time frame, it was this beautiful consolidation that I was saying, eyeing 233. And I could see the bigger move. See, as you become a better trader over long term, you start seeing the bigger moves. Your mind can see them. And you can put together what's likely going to happen based on probability. And, you know, you're like, well, if I don't get in here, then it's my, you know, it really should have been in the $100, the $80 region, almost been up 100 grand already. Like, there was so many chances. And I was late, I'll be honest. But, you know, it didn't even dawn on me. I was playing very, you know, very conservative. And there's some things that I really, you know, desire in life. And, you know, there's a chance that if I play my cards right here, this could help me do it. And so, you know, I didn't go ape into a meme for 100 grand, thinking this could be the one to make me $1 million, which I could. And, you know, this is a more conservative. I'm not trying to show off. These are more like old man conservative cryptocurrency buys, in my humble opinion. And most people think they're extremely risky, right? From the outside world, it's one of the riskiest things you'll ever see in your life. 100 grand is a lot of. To me, it makes perfect sense. And yeah, just, you know, it is what it is. So, hey. So there you have it. I see Solana making a move to 166.77, and that's an accident. And I didn't purposely put the 77 there. All right. Okay, oh wow. But blessings on blessings to everybody here. 1,365 people, 646 likes. Let's get those likes up to the watchers. If you want to trade where I'm trading, you see I'm up pretty nice, about $2,700 of the trade there. Hit the link here to MEXC. MEXC, if it's applicable in your area, and we have people from all around the world here. Amazing, amazing. Zero spot maker and taker fee, 0% future, and only 1% taker fee. That means you can flash in and out of the trades on your phone if you have to, and you barely pay a fee. It's the funnest way to trade. When I trade spot, I pay 0 fees. I go in and out, market. They give me a great market price every time. I never get, it's one time I got a weird price that was, you know, I'll be honest, but even in my bigger buys, got good prices on my market buys here. And I really, really like what MEXC is doing. Blowing the competition out of the water. If you want to join MEXC, we have a blue pin link here and a link right there. You can jump on in. Click the link. I do get a commission if you want to give back. If you've made massive gains with me or you've learned a lot, hit that link and throw it back my way. I appreciate it. I Trust Capital too, the link right here, okay? And join my newsletter. I would greatly appreciate it. If you sign up and just go to CryptoLifer.com, the newsletter will come up right like here. Stay up to date. Put it in. Consent. I'm telling you, you're going to get two newsletters a week that are going to help you. And, you know, it's basically my words to yours, showing you what's happening inside the charts and breaking down what I see going on. And, you know, it takes a lot of what we saw on the live stream that maybe got thrown at you fast, kind of puts it together nice and neat and more of a learnable, you know, format, and add some more insights that you may not have thought about. So check it out. I think it'll blow your mind. You'll be excited. And, yeah. So now, look, we're looking for this to make some type of inverted, see, head and shoulder here, you know. And look, once you open up a trade, when you get above the 200 SMA, boom. Put a stop loss right here. You're in the money. I just told you how to do it, and it happened again. It's a beautiful way to trade. It happened here today, too, for massive gains. And anyway, if you were in my trading group, I was giving you the guys the trade way before it happened. It's not like it's out of nowhere. And I'm sick of taking credit for the calls I give. It's like, because I don't want to sound rude or pompous. I want to be a humble dude. But we make a lot of calls that play out very, very nicely. Gave you MYRO this morning at the perfect time to enter. Like the exact plays, stop loss and everything, all the setups. And look at Bitcoin mooning 63,700 on the way back to the upside here. Trades going massively well. Now we're back up about almost 3 grand. Yeah, over 3 grand now, or about 3 grand even here in realized gains. Realize I have 2 different perpetuals open right now, right? One's up 19 perpetual, and one's USDT perpetual. Okay, this one's catching back up to that one. And now look, the 15-minute looks like it is going to break out. I do see 65,000 on the radar for Bitcoin. And honestly, once we break above this key level of 64,000, I show you the weekly. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we wake up at 70K tomorrow. And Asia's waking up right now, and they're just like, and you know, my buddy calls it the handoff. You know what I mean? And we'll talk about the handoff, and maybe he'll laugh about this, and I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it, right? But maybe he'll scold me. I hope Master Friend, I don't know. But what happens is the market rips all Sunday, right? And New York rips the market. We open. And then Asia wakes up and they're like, New York, what did you do? What did you do to me? You priced me out of the market. You know what I mean? Like, we got billions that we need to implode. We got banks. We got money to make here. And so New York says, okay, we'll bang it down for you. And we'll give you a chance to get in. And they bang it down. And Asia buys in. And New York knows they can bang it down because they know Asia can buy them back up. Propel them, you know. And again, this is all hypothetical, but it's kind of what happened. Look, right at 8 p.m. where the Asian market would open, where our weekly candle closed, we had the massive implosion. And that's why we always have the volatility there. It's the market makers letting each other back inside the game. You know what I mean? If they ripped it up too much or ripped it down. But you can see here, the 1 hour wants to break up to the upside. This is a clean breakout out the flag. Now, whether it could be a breakout. There is bearish divergence. It could be a bull trap. I'm open-minded to the bull trap. Anything is possible. Anything is possible, right? But, you know, with the buy pressure here, a little unlikely. But again, moving average is really far apart. At one point, there is going to have to be a pullback. Like, I don't see how this can continue forever. But we consolidated nicely for about 5-6 days here now, 4 days. Anyway, I'm still bullish Bitcoin on this flag, and that's why I looked 777s right when we got back. You saw that. I know you saw it. It's crazy. But anyway, and there, can we get the turn? 63,800, the highest we've been since the dippage. And, you know, I peed my pants for a half a second, but then I held strong like a man. And I bought Adam. I bought Adam in this dip. You know what I mean? Insane, or like right as it happened, and then like as it was happening, I was buying Adam. I was like, whatever, like this is my plan. I don't care. I'm buying 100 grand worth of Adam as Bitcoin's dumping in my face, and I just didn't care. And again, I could be wrong. Adam might go to 9. You might look at me and be like, wow, what a clown. He's down 25. Adam might go to 7. But I tell you what, I will hold all the way back to 50, 60, and I will have the last laugh at one point. I've done it many times. God willing, inshallah, may it happen to me, you know? And so I see the 15-minute in a bull flag about to break up to 65,185, and that's the move. We're in 2 trades right now. One up 1,200, one up 2,000. Here we go, baby. Here we go. And you can see us pumping hard. Bookmap booming. If you want to know what the liquidity is, Bookmap in the description below. Bookmap is amazing. And you can see 70,069 is the biggest order, and this 65,000, there's nothing else around that can deal with that liquidity. I call it Big Red. You do not want to trade against Big Red. Big Red will get you. Big Red's coming for you, and Big Red's going to eat you alive. Do not trade in between Big Red. You will get eaten like a shark to a minnow 90% of the time. It doesn't mean it's going to happen every time, but most of the time, you will get eaten alive. Follow me on Twitter at CryptoLifer33. I'd greatly appreciate it. All right. You just might got a MYRO chart. Look, I put out this MYRO chart, and this aged so well. This aged well. You might want to book my post and follow me for more alpha on where the gains are. MYRO memes. And I'm putting out MYRO right on March 1st. This is 3 days before the whole insane. And it's sitting at 11 cents, just getting ready. It had just pumped from 8. Things were getting ready, and I can see a big move up to 16. And MYRO did that exact thing to the upside. Anyway, so just follow me on Twitter. Is a good look. Look, 10,000 views. There's a reason why I got so many views, right? You see that? Anyway, and I just can't believe the Warriors. We beat them 140 to 88. We made sure that last loss to them, retribution for that last loss. More teams should take this strategy. Jaylen Brown, you have to pick your matchups. He felt disrespected. The Warriors left him open, and he just decided to destroy them. It really is different here. Don't mess with Jaylen Brown, man. I'm telling you right now, sitting on top of the world. Porzingis, man. Anyway, Jaylen, 29 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. God, you know, I love Jaylen, man. You can really see who he is as a person if you've watched the team. And that's why I really like this team. If you've watched that Celtics team for a while, you've really got to know them. And their players are amazing, man. And their personalities, how much they put in, and just a family bond. Like, losing Marcus Smart was hard for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm sounding corny, like I'm watching the Friends, but You really got to know these players. I've been watching this team for a while now, you know, 5, you know, ever since we got Tatum, and even before I was a Paul Pierce fan, but it's just exciting to see your team win. I know you guys don't want to hear about it anymore, and I'm done, but it's exciting to see us win. 63,800 for Bitcoin. Also trying to ease your mind here. Give you something else to think about just for a split second. Hey, Loish, I think I'm going to trade Bitcoin. Hey, Loish, I think I'm going to grow a beard. Hey, Chris, go to your room before I put my foot up your head. Hey, everybody, this is my daughter, Meg. Don't make fun of her. I love Meg. I made fun of her on the show, but I'm never doing it again. I love Meg. That's it. I always said that Meg's my best friend, and she is. Don't make fun of Meg ever again. All right? And you writers on the show, stop making fun of Meg. I don't like it. She's a woman. She deserves respect. Everybody. And not that she's a woman and she just say, I put my foot in my mouth all the time, right? I wasn't trying to laugh that she's a woman, she deserves respect. That's not funny. Women do deserve respect. I have a twin sister, an older sister, right? I got 3 daughters, another daughter coming, my wife. I'm surrounded by beautiful women in my life, and my wife would be nowhere without them. And if you love me and you've been getting a lot from me, then your life would be nowhere without these beautiful women. So, bless all the strong women out there. We appreciate you and we love you. Let's take a look at NOIA on the daily, says my man Joker NYC. He says, can I look at NOIA on the daily for the $5 super chat? God bless you. Thank you so much for the love. NOIA USDT Centropy. Okay, Centropy. And I always forget when this thing is making like weird stomach noises. So look, I mean, I was looking at it, could it make a right shoulder and dump, or does it pump up and make this move here? So we're just looking for it to not lose the 4-hour 200 SMA. That's what you want to see. If it starts losing that, and then you get 2 or 3 candles below it, it would stress me out to maybe think there's going to be more downside, right? But as long as it stays above it, starts to get the bounce. Here's the deal. You know, the second it gets back above this key level here at 19,906.8 there, you know, or you could call it, 19,649,429. I mean, you're more likely you're getting this reversal. But just be wary of that right shoulder that I got in the back of my head too. So until you come up here and bounce, that would be my key entry if I was going to add, or, you know, if it goes here, then I'm looking for this to lose the 200. Then it might drop down to here. Could be the next bigger move, right? Either way, I do see it further up over time in the next 2-3 months. Whether it does whatever it does here, I see it further up over time. But just, you know, how to maximize your potential, and that's how I would do it. It's like a game of chess. You know, you never can tell exactly what's going to happen. You got to do your best. All right. Shout out to everybody here in the chat. Fidel, Candles, Evan, Mike Jones, Jennifer Moffett, Grace Protocol. God bless you. IBE Local 9, night shift in the house. God bless you, brother. Local 11, man. Sorry. Take care. See you later. Amen. Pixel, gonna pump. Watch it. We got some Pixel. I got some Pixel. I'm the soul plug. Amen. 5 more minutes. Also, Sam, 30 minutes later. Funny. Is this yesterday's? Sometimes I read yesterday's. I think this is yesterday's. I think that was yesterday's chat, right? Yeah. Or this morning. See, this is this morning's chat that I never closed. Isn't that crazy? Pretty sure. Yeah. No, I'm not in top chat. This is yesterday's. This is this morning's one. Oh yeah, we need live chat though. Amen. Maybe it wasn't live chat. I don't know. Yeah, you know, this was this morning's live stream. That's crazy, right? Stayed up on my computer. Shout out to all my fellow boss women traders. Let's take a look at TVK, CELR, and CyberDoge. Take a look at TVK. TVK I liked back in the day. Terra Virtual Collect. Someone tried to tell me, did it change its name? Someone said it changed the name. Like they don't go by the same name anymore. That's what I heard. Look at SWOT AI up 32%. See what happens with that. So far, so good. Went from $1 million to $1.5 million market cap. Up even more from the early birds out. I took a shot at this. We'll see what happens. MAGA Trump pumping too hard. This coin is pumping hard right now. It's moving with the memes and it's moving hard. Hey, Livery, can you look at Scallop? Thank you. SCLP. Suey, please. Thank you, man. We kind of started a $5 super chat minimum if we could, just because there's so many super chats lately that it gets out of control. So we could throw, I mean, you know, but it's my man After Hours. I appreciate it. So we'll if it's under $5, we may or may not get to it. If it's $5, we will get to it. That's just the new thing we got to start. And and you'd be like, wow, he's rude, right? It's just time consuming. Like, look, we still got to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm excited to do it. So let's jump in. Let's take a look at TVK. I feel like they changed the name. Something happened to TVK. I picked up on it on Twitter, and I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure they changed the name. Virtua has been rebranded as Vayner. Yeah, exactly. Vayner. Vayner chain. Exactly. There we go. 169. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for saying that. Okay. Now we're in business. Vaynery. And see, I'm on the detective scene for you guys. Putting the pieces of the puzzle together. Let's take a look at Vaynery here on MEXC. Wow, with the $9.99, you're the man, dude. So while this thing just did boom like we thought it might on the daily, it was just sitting down at 5 cents. It went all the way up to 15, did a 3X pretty nicely. I like Terra Virtual Collect. It's like you can put a place, it's like a place to build your NFTs. I always thought about, you know, building and really building in the NFT space. And I had ideas of bringing people into my museum, right? And they would actually pay to go into your 3D, you know. Anyway, I don't want to ruin all my ideas, but I have some cool ideas. So I'm looking for this to flag on out. I actually love this project. I got into it very early. I was, you know, beat for a lot of it in that 3 commas shenanigans. So I don't believe, I don't own any anymore, which is sad because I had a, you know, substantial amount at this price. Somewhat all right. But yeah, Vayner, USDT. I see it making a flag here. I would like to bounce off 11.711. Look, 11.711. See that? Pretty funny. And then I you know, this is something I would consider a long-term hold that I believe could do damage. I already researched the team, the guy that created it. I was all about this for years. So name change. Name is way better too. Terra Virtual Collect was interesting. Vayner just looks a little more interesting for whatever reason. Vayner chain. But yeah, I would look for it to go sideways. It might even just do something like this. It's a chance it kind of stays in the zone and it gets more. It's also, you know, the Martini guy is repping it hard and he has a pretty big following. So that can't hurt, you know, just to let you know. I'm pretty privy to what he's doing out there. Let's celebrate the 3rd super chat on the live stream. DGI, please. And I'm just going to jump into that and get it done real fast since I just saw the DGI game, which I've never heard about, brand new. And look at this thing. Just went on an absolute parabolic curve, which I knew about it on the February 7th at 7 and went to 58. I mean, that's 7, you know, that's a 7, 8, and 8. That's a 6. Oh my God, it's an 8X. And 2 points on that. An 8X in a third, right? Almost an 8.3X. Unbelievable. Like, wish I knew about it down here. I don't know anything about it now. I feel like it has to come back down at this point. But everything seems to just continue to bang. But yeah, I mean, I'd look for this to pull back at this point. What a massive pump, though. Congratulations if you got into this and you wrote it up. I mean, there's a lot of coins on MEXC I've never heard about that have done amazing. So I don't even know what this is. Now I got to kind of go and find out what it is. New coin alert for me, everybody. I've never heard of this coin. It had a $58 million market cap. And see, that's how you can 7 and 10X. These little gems are out there. DGI, right? Let's take a look at the website and what it says, what it can do, what it's got going on. Stake DGI, learn more. You can probably stake it for gains too as well. Decentralized gaming income token, a pioneer project in gaming guild space. Tokens that say they're going to do things across multiple projects without any real project. Very basic website. I'm not a fan at the present moment, but again, it doesn't matter. It has good potential, right? See, it even has the word potential on the website. 1 billion, 10% for, you know. What I like about this, a lot of these are meme coins that, you know, you got to pay 10% on the DEXs, but you don't got to pay 10%, right? When you buy it on, like, you know, on a centralized exchange. Like, you'll pay 10% on Uniswap, but not on MEXC. MEXC has the best option. That's why I love MEXC. It has every single little coin you've ever thought about, heard about. If you sniffed on the coin, MEXC has it. I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now. CELR, what do we have to say? I got a photographic memory. You know, cup and handles, CELR hit the target. What do we got to talk about, baby? CELR, all the way to the upside. Bang, bang, bang. There it is. And honestly, CELR's in the mood for more. You can just feel the vibe, the way these kind of flags are starting to form. And if Bitcoin rips, you know, this whole market, I don't think people realize how much money is flowing in. And retail, they don't look at charts like us. They don't see overbought, overvalued. They just see a coin, a name, and they start to buy. They don't look at it like we do. You have to remember this. So that's why you have to stick to the smaller time frames, because they'll show the retail buying coming in through flags when your bigger time frames are telling you that it's not happening. You have to learn when to make a move. Yeah, BYTE. I already know BYTE. I looked at it. It's funny. You're like, no, you don't. I promise you, if you go into my, is it here or here? Let's see. Look, here I am looking it up. See? I was looking it up before the show. I found it because, how did I find it? I'm trying to think how I found it. How the heck did I find it? Well, I could go back and see what I was looking at to find it. Rotation into BYTE will be insane. It's crazy what's going on right now, right? BYTE, the Linktree token, the first AI dog, right? Of course, right? Now there's also BYTEs, which I believe is and be careful right here. You know, go find the contract address. You know, I don't want to like, you know, make someone like think something's the right token and it's not, you know. Can't even figure out the market cap. Like, this could be, you know, you never know. This could be the wrong token. I have to really do my research first. So just be really careful. All right. Never get an address from a YouTuber. Always find your own, you know, your own addresses. I'm 100% serious. Okay. Really important that you do that. Get it from an accredited website. Know what you're doing. You never know what that person or the people are doing. All right. Here's BYTE right here, up 5%, $29 million market cap. Look, I grab it right here, right? I hit the website, BYTEdog.ai. Was I at the right place? You know what I mean? We don't know for sure. It looked like I was, though. Oh, no, CA821, buy BYTE now. And what's interesting, too, though, and as we're banging on this trade right now, on MEXC, the place to be, I just want to check out SPOT for a second and see what's brewing. And yes, they might, sometimes they have it early, they don't have it yet, right? So there it is, BYTE for wrapped ETH, right? It's crazy you have to keep going over to Ethereum, which is like the fees are just. So look, I must have been looking at it down here. So look, I already did some look on it. Someone must have asked me about this. Look at it, I was already looking at it down here. Isn't that crazy? So I was already all over this on the 15th of December. Someone must have asked me about it. Isn't that crazy? Look, you can see it. I have work done. So I've been on this chart before. So you would have 20x sometime. I must have gone over it. Someone must have asked me about it. Already did a 20x at a very small market cap. Insanity, right? Wish I had remembered when I went over that puppy. But yeah, you mean you're looking for that flag and the continuation. If this thing has the gas, it could make it. Might be worth putting like $1,000 in and seeing where it goes. You know, lately I've been putting like $5 grand in a meme, but you know, $1,000 make 10 or 20 grand, call it a day, right? Can you take a look at Axel at Daxi? Thank you for all the help. Shout out to Jeff Dager. God bless you, Jeff. Thank you for being here. 9:52 on the live. So BYTE, a brand new meme, right? I like Solana memes personally. They flow better. They work better. Why can't BYTE get a Solana address? It would be a lot nicer. I'd appreciate it a little more. I'm making an offer you can't refuse. Buy BYTE at this market cap and you'll be rich. When it hits 10 billion, it's a no-brainer. I don't see any amount in trust wall. BYTE, is the cycle going to be ridiculous? 100x is everywhere. Funny. I mean, it's already up 20x, so this thing will top 100x. It just has to 5x from here. All right. And Bitcoin getting frothy as well. All right. MYRO continuing to do damage. Look at that. 19. Headed up to 20. MYRO getting busy. Out the flag. Look at that little flag on the 7. It says it wants 20 and it's going. It's going to 25. It's in price discovery. I don't see what will stop it really. And look, shoulder, head, right shoulder. That says it's going to break out. The length of the base. Look, that's a shoulder. That's the bigger head with the double top head, and that's the right shoulder. You have these double top heads. I've seen them before. And boom, that tells me we're going to go at least to 21, and then we're gone. This thing's gone. People are buying the bids up right now. Everyone and their mom just buy MYRO, 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 MYRO. And Offset tweeted it. The rapper Offset, once he tweeted that thing, you have to remember, everyone and their mom, you know, oh, MYRO's hot, right? Likely going to bump up one more time up to 25, and then that's when it's got to eventually get a nasty pullback, you know? But it's been running since 6 cents. I mean, it's on a 3x now, and it's going to complete it at 4x possibly all the way at 25. I do see possibly more coming from MYRO. I really do. A little bit of bearish div, though, now starting to form. But look at this shoulder, this head, and this right shoulder tells me it's going to continue to pump. When I look at it, it's like an ascending triangle here. See? I am TA'd out. I don't know how I can do this much TA in a night. Okay. Insane. Let's take a look at CyberDoge, which I've never heard about. And if it's too memey, guys, just be careful. Don't put me in that position if you can, right? So it's on Mike Mexi. It's brand new, right? Everything that's been like this seems to rip, but you know, it seems like it left the dips, came back inside the pattern. And you can even just extend the pattern like this, but this is what I see. And it looks like it has no liquidity, like a tiny bit of money in this thing, but it does say it's going to, you know, the TA alone says it's above the 200 SMA, it's above a high volume node. Not much to go on. I'd use the 15-minute, really. Kind of a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, even though it doesn't look the best. It's definitely 3 points that are, you know, look the same as a inverted. It looks bullish to me. I probably wouldn't touch it at all. But again, it's up to you. I don't know. You do whatever makes you happy. It does look like it could pump. All right. Let's look at RUNE here on Mexi Thorchain. RUNE pumped, remember, before almost everything else. It was pretty hot for a while. I have some RUNE. I hold RUNE. I think RUNE could do some serious damage. All right. Feel like it just dolphin dipped out the flag and it just had its golden cross on that 4-day chart. Daily's a little high, but it's got, you know, still shows like it could be in a symmetrical triangle like so. And it is in the flag on the bigger time frame. I'm in RUNE right now and I see a giant cup and handle. And just revisiting this previous bounce right there, and it did bounce. And then the next area is right there where it has a little bit of resistance and a bounce there. You would expect the bounce right there. So RUNE looks interesting to me. I wouldn't be surprised if it rips for a 3x up to 15 not too long from now. Again, I own it, so I would love that rip up. But, you know, if it was going to dump, I tell you it's going to dump too. It doesn't matter that I own it. But I do see like RUNE could do some damage. Big data protocol. This thing's out of control on a rippage, right? You can see it broke out of that flag on the daily. Now it's getting a little high. You got some bearish div there. Tells me it needs to pull back. So I'd wait for it to kind of something like this. But the smaller time frames could be, they're coming back down to the 2. You're getting the breakdown. 4 hour looks interesting though. So here's the deal. I would flag it out yet again. Could be revisiting a previous high and just really going on a tear. The whole market seems to just be out of control, you know. And so it is fogging my vision a little bit. Like normally I'd be a little more conservative, right? But I am going with what I'm seeing here. Flag says it could continue. The bigger flag, if it consolidates, goes higher. This thing looks pretty bullish to me, right? Again, though, if it breaks this line, it's coming down to 17. And then, you know, but pretty new coin, big data protocol, just at 11 to 24, only did a 1x yet. So like anything that's a 1x is like a safe buy to me. It's like, I'm not saying this, you know what I mean, as a joke, but because everything's done a 3 or 4x already, I'm like, so you don't want to chase everything. BDP, all right. Never heard about it in my life, though. I don't know what it is. Let's take a look at SCI, one of my favorite coins. I do hold SCI. I've been continuing to add to my SCI bags. Definitely been something that I've been, you know, looking to grab. Now, once it breaks this parabola, it could break down. We could see SCI come all the way back down, possibly to 59. It's been lagging behind the market. So let's take a look. I see this bigger move. 4-hour 200 SMA is a very key area to revisit, to be honest. You lose it, you're likely going to fall further down. But over time, I have bigger conviction in SCI. Now, look at the rip it went on. 12 all the way up to $1. Like, and this is before the meme coins. It already did its 10x, right? So does the bigger time frame suggest that SCI finally comes on down? I mean, it's pretty exhausted. It could make it back to the 200 SMA here too as well. In the long run, though, I'm looking for something more like this or like, you know what I mean? It just looks very bullish to me, like it's going to consolidate. I added into these levels, and if it drops in, I'll add more. But in the long term, I just see SCI continuing. It's super fast. It's a competitor, you know, somewhat to Ethereum and other chains. It's an amazing speed, amazing service. People like it. It's got a lot of memes going. It got Seion. It's got its own SCI meme world. It's interesting. So if it drops down here, I suggest more at 59 at the 200. But it's likely to bounce back up here and then continue to 192. But again, I own it, so I might be a little more bullish bias. But yeah, that's what I see. Now, if it ever broke this 200 SMA, you're likely it's coming all the way back down to 34. Would I buy more at that point? If we lose a key area, I'm going to dip out, take a small loss, and then I would be buying more. Look, 33333 was the number that I stopped at. Look at that, 33333. But that would be the level I'd probably be looking at. Casper leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Just reminded me of certain things in my life. I won't say, but, you know. Anyway, Casper, it was at 3.4. It went to 4.8. Amazing. Like, this entire rally. Like, it went all the way up in October to 5.6 from 3. So it did like a 2x. Not even. It didn't even, it did a 1x, barely. 6.6 would have been a 1x. It did an 80. So while the whole market did 5x's, AGIX, no matter what it was, the whole market ripped. This thing could barely complete a move of a 1x. And then it gave it all back. And then barely completed a trash. This is trash. Okay? The project may be amazing. And God bless the team. And I don't want to call anything trash. God bless the team. This is someone's baby. Someone's worked on it. They have a team. They go to work every day. God bless this team. Hope it does well. I invested a good amount. I made it one of my long-term like bags I made through the bear market. Wasted a lot of my time. Wish I had put it into like something else. But it is what it is. And I guess I'm a little sour. Maybe. Possibly. But I never get too sour. I believe God gave me a beautiful life. And every experience was an experience. So I really don't get sour anymore. Like the old me maybe. But now I have too much. I realize that you vibrate at whatever you're thinking. And I want to think as much about abundance as I can. And so even one thought about like a negative situation or a pullback or something that doesn't go that, it's just a waste of my time. Yeah. Like I want to keep myself vibrating high at the highest frequency. And by doing that, I want to keep my mind always focused on abundance and positive things. Doesn't mean I don't walk outside and say, hey, something bad could happen. I got to protect myself. You know, it just, you know what I mean? I do see the possible things happening. All right. But it means that I'm always focused in bringing in as much positive energy as I can at all times as I tuck my shirt in. Just want to get a nice tuck over here, you know. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, and I see Casper continuing to 6.2, These cup and handles continue to their target many times, and eventually this could get out of its accumulation and blast. But just of all the coins out there, man, I gotta move on. Yeah. And there's a little bit of a personal story there with me, right? So you can see, like, okay. Now, WorldCoin, we saw this cup and handle. There was some hidden bullish. But I mean, and that's why I love the cup and handle. It literally goes straight up. This thing went from $2.50 all the way to $9. Like, it did a 3x out of nowhere, just ripping. But it wasn't the cup and handle. It retraced back down. If you draw your fib to a key level, I drew a fib here to see, like, where would it go now? And, like, I see it coming back down to possibly... I feel like every time there's a massive rally like this, there's always a pullback. This is the first time in my life where, like, we're going to see double massive rallies and never go back. I actually, sometimes in a bull run, I've seen this where we make these initial boom, boom, booms, and we don't really revisit those areas again. Like LUNC breaks 20, 25, 30, Atom breaks 10, 20, you know, and you get pullbacks from there, but you never go back to those lows, you know. I would watch this flag. You know, the 22 hours suggests that it's going to continue. It reset and went sideways. And people are hungry for this thing. Honestly, the 22 hours says more is coming for this. You know, that's just, you know, and again, I could be completely wrong and it could dump in our faces. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance, but I've done this for years. I've looked at many, many charts, many, many assets. I'm getting a kind of a hidden bullish divergence here. We're getting a change up on the MACD that wants to make a loop back to the upside. Lack of bearish momentum on the MACD and the histogram, and the stochastics are pushing to the upside. I like what I'm seeing here for WorldCoin. 1526 is the target there. They're old Billy Bob. They're old Billy Bob 369 over here. So look, 1561 is the target for WorldCoin. That's the target there for the Bostonians. All right. Explain the VPVR. The VPR is just showing you where there's a lot of buys and sells. If a lot of people bought somewhere, it's going to leave a remnants. Look at the WorldCoin. A lot of people bought up here and there. So look, there's a big gap here now. If we ever dump back down, we're going to dump right back down to 4 because there's no one here to buy and sell in the area. The liquidity is locked up where you see these big high volume nodes, we call them. A node is just a stuck out area, high volume node. It's where there's a lot of action in that area. Bitcoin and any project, any coin, anything likes to revisit these high volume nodes many times. Okay? That's basically what you're doing with the VRVP. It's telling you where to get in and get out. It's helping you figure out where liquidity is on the chart. It works somewhat hand in hand with fair value gaps. You know what I mean? A lot of times there's going to be a liquidity at a fair value gap. They go hand in hand. So like I know ICT, my buddy taught it to me. And I'm not saying I'm an expert at it, but I get the basic concepts of it and I play with it. And, you know, and a lot of times I'm hitting gaps all day long and I didn't even identify the gap. I'm just using, you know, the VRVP, which is identifying the liquidity zones. Like, for instance, here's the VRVP right here. There's a fair value gap right there. See it? From here to here, right? Now, I identify them now because I've seen way more of them, right? When we pumped, look, there was a fair value gap there. We did fill that. And there was a fair value gap right here. And we kind of came into it there. And anyway, SCIs are just like, you know, it was just doing what Shido was doing before the exploit, and it's just doing what, you know, SCI and SUI, which are interesting. SUI and, you know, both so close in name from one letter. But they're both, you know, they're both going to fall down to this 200 and get a major pullback if Bitcoin dumps hard. Or Bitcoin goes sideways, you have the major pump, they're going to go sideways, and then they're going to rip. And so I'm betting on CEDIS when it comes to SUI. So, you know, because CEDIS is the kind of the runner for SUI. And so I'm betting on CEDIS. SUI did the run too. We went over SUI when it was down here and it ran. I mean, there wasn't a coin we didn't cover. It was pretty crazy. And it's because I'm on every single day, 7 days a week and twice on the weekends. I mean, and we do the weekly candle close and the monthly candle close and extra live stream every single month. So if you work that hard at anything, you're going to be pretty on point, right? I mean, if you're always on, then you're always on, right? You can't really be off. So look, that's an Adam and Eve double bottom. I talk about that. We preach it. I go over it almost every day on the channel. It's one of my main areas to make money. Such a simple way to make gains. Once you see it, you just kind of start to propel liquidity into the right side, and then you wait for it to boot. And I've seen it many times. A lot of times you do get the flag that hits the basis point of the neck, and then that flag is your place to get in on like kind of what is a somewhat of a retest here to the upside. Now, scallop is a little high on the 22, but still has some legs. A pump like that, though, tells me that, you know, it's making some gains. It has some resistance coming up at about 51 and a little bit of chop right where it hit. You see where these came in. So I'd be looking for it to make a flag yet again. You can see on the smaller time frames. I'd check maybe the 1 hour looks like it's good enough. What's interesting is there's an inverted head and shoulder on that right now. Shoulder, that has a 68% chance of breaking out in the next like 10 or 20 minutes. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. That's an inverted head and shoulder, my friends. So that does look like it can break on out. Again, it could dump in your face in 2 seconds. It's technical analysis. It go right down here and dump to the 200. The moving averages are tight, though, and you're making higher lows. This tells me that I wouldn't be surprised if scallop goes for one more leg up here, and its target would take it to 64. Again, it's a little more high risk. See if you can break above this previous high first at 45, then make a flag on the 7 or the 15 that can maybe get you further to the upside. Bitcoin struggling a little bit, 63,540. All right. And so, but it's okay. We can, you know, we are making a lower high now. It'll be, but we can start to, you know, there's a chance that we're making one of these. The last time we did this, though, we did break down till we kind of revisited it yet again. But we could be making one of these sideways, beautiful flags, getting ready for the next bigger move. I like how those stochastics are curving. They're telling me there's still a big pump coming. That curve is nice. You know, just kind of finding their way here sideways for Bitcoin. That target takes you to 65,285. And I'm still long. You can see up 1,000 and up 1,800 in two separate trades here. One a USDT perpetual, one a USD perpetual on Bitcoin. All right. It's kind of hard not to make gains in this game. I mean, it's like, you know, everybody looks like a genius out here. So look, we ripped up from here. Remember, we stay, and now look, we're hugging that 200 SMA. Curving, I do not like curves. Like this is kind of an M. You see that? Looks a lot like an M pattern to me. And they break to the downside. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if this dumps in our face. Just be careful. We want to get if we get the dip up, it's going to be very bullish though. So we'll see. To me, it is in a bit of a flag though. And you can say it's in a cup and handle. Let's get rid of this that didn't, you know. And you can see how we keep working it, right? We go from altcoins back to Bitcoin. We got the update for you. The movement of the stream is unlike anything. It's so fluid into the next movement of TA. It's TA at its finest, right? It's art. It's Sammy Cup and Handy. It's you, it's me, it's all of us. It's the Fibonacci. It's the world we live in. It's the energy. It's unbelievable. I'm blessed. You're blessed. And I'm so happy to be here with each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here and making it through the bear market like you did. Unbelievable how hard you all pushed to get where you're at. Unbelievable. You are some consistent people. You're as consistent and as disciplined as I am. If you made it this far, nobody could shake you from your conviction. Nobody could push you off your mark. Nobody could tell you that you didn't believe in yourself and what you were pushing for. And now you made it, you know, somewhere as we're starting to get some love here and some respect. It's been a pretty good time to be alive, I'll tell you that. I also see possible shoulder, head, right shoulder. That would break us to the upside. That is an inverted head and shoulder. We're kind of seeing the remnants of it around the blockchain here in other coins too as well. Secondary resistance at 63,872 after this first one here. All right. We really need the bounce. You need a green bounce here soon off of the 200 SMA on the 1 minute time frame. Oversold stochastic suggests it's happening. Sammy Cup and Handy to the upside. Inside of the symmetrical triangle, rounding on up, inside of the flag, right? There's the length of that pole. That breaks us back up to the first target at 64.5, and then can we continue to push to 64? And then I have a bigger target out the bigger pennant that I'm in on the other trade up to 65,000, almost $500, right? Let's take a look at COTI, which was hot. You think it would get sold off after a pump that it had. Only a matter of time over here. Let's see what happened to COTI. So when people ask me, is COTI going to continue? Remember, I put it in this. I said, it's likely going to come down to the 618 golden pocket after such a massive move that it went on, right? And so you can see kind of my chicken scratch here. And we got to get that music back up and running. But wow, the show is rocking almost, over 2 hours almost every time now. It's pretty crazy. And I run out of music, but I'll play some of the same music twice, I guess. But we're almost out. Now, the same thing here. Do you get the bounce or do you go back to the 618? Same story here. You get the bounce, then you know what's likely going to happen. You're going to make a consolidative effort for a bigger push. And again, they could even be smaller flags. They're going to break out hard. You know, this is the question. Do you chase? And this is why I like buying bags at the lows and just watching them explode. Because if you try to buy something when it's ripped right now, it can be really difficult. Because you could be buying the hot and get it dipped and have to wait. Or you could be buying the next big leg up, and it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. That's why I scalp swing trades. That right now I would scalp it with a stop. That way I wouldn't care either way and move on. And I don't care whether I win or lose the trade. I don't get too pissed about it. I just go for it. All right. So that's how I'm looking at it for COTI. I want to get that bounce back up and see if we can. And then once the bounce, this measure move goes right here and things change. We start to fall down here, then it's a falling wedge, and then the measure move goes down to there. I put alerts here too to let me know what's happening in a day or two or in 10, 12 hours, depending on, you know, the time. BEAMX getting a huge pump. Remember, we bought BEAMX down here, 1.5, 1.6, and this thing is gone. And it's actually in an upward trending flag here. And it's resetting on the 12-hour time frame. This is hot. This is gaming on Solana. A lot of people are into this. I believe it could 50x. See this at $1, you know. And you know what I haven't talked about in a while is my baby Shrapnel. Recently added it to the team. Shrapnel. It's on KuCoin and CoinX. Didn't break out from there. Let's take a look here. But I do look at this. I mean, and I don't have a huge bag of this. It's a lot smaller than my other bags, but it's just something that I'm willing to pay attention to. And the game's going to take a while, but when it comes out, I believe it's going to be real hot. And so I'm a fan. Shoulder head and a shoulder two. I could see Shrapnel at 65 cents. Doing a nice 3x not too long from now. And again, all right. Lifer, just want to say hello. What do you think of Smog on Solana? I mean, I don't know much about it, man. Right? So. Beam, yeah, I guess when I said BEAMX, you may be confused with Beam, right? I don't know. But Beam, yeah, Beam is top 10 gaming currency, Portal and Beam. I mean, I say Beam breaks out hard, honestly. I own Beam. We've been buying Beam for a while. Beam token service, they gaming empowered by the Merit Circle DAO. Beam is an equal. Remember we started buying Merit Circle too back in the day? Way back in the day. Merit Circle was hot. Anyway, the Beam network is hot. I see Beam blowing up. Beam is a gaming network created by Merit Circle DAO. Token allows its holder to participate in the governance of the DAO. Some of the tokens are contracted. What? Thank you, babe. That was nice of you. I appreciate that because I heard you. I got a little scared, but like I heard you, and you didn't scare me half to death.
I just want to tell you Summer's in my bed, so if you wake up in the morning looking for her, you're not alarmed that she's not in her bed, okay?
Thank you, babe.
And her backpack is in the car if you can bring it in after your stream.
Okay.
I love you. Good night.
I love you too, my love. Axie Infinity, even Axie had a run up. It's crazy. Even the old coins running up. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is. You're in the money right now. Like, that's what I love about this market. Like, everyone picks their coins and everybody's right. You know what I mean? Like, you should have got into this. No, you should have got into that. Certain things are a little hotter than others, but for the most part, if you're patient and quiet and you pick your wins, you get your gains. It's a great space. You know, shoulder heads, but, you know, this thing could continue. Next bigger target is 14. Then it'll likely pull back. As long as it makes a flag and it stays above 966, and it's likely going to flag out and then head to 14. Yeah. Hey, Lifer, what are your thoughts on Bitcoin Cash? I like Bitcoin Cash. It's hot. Remember, we were looking at it when it was 223. Had to hold it for so long for it to eventually pay off. It was a long hold. Let's see, the last time I was looking at it, remember? It was in this tight channel right here, remember? And I saw this flag. It was likely going to break out 22nd of February. Look at that, up 27%. And then, wow, this thing just mooned. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. Saturday, it was its day, huh? And Bitcoin Cash used to follow Bitcoin a lot closer. Like, you know, it used to pump, like Bitcoin pump by now. Bitcoin Cash would have went from, you know, 250 all the way to like, you know, $3,000. But it just, you know, they're not like they used to be. There's a time when Bitcoin Cash was like $2,000 and Bitcoin was $6,000, and they were moving somewhat together. It was pretty interesting times to be alive, right? If you can believe it. I've been around, man. I'm an old guy when it comes to crypto. I've been in crypto for now since 2016. We're talking 8 years. 8 years in cryptocurrency. Most people are in since like 12 and 23. I mean, you can only have like so many more years than me. 3 or 4 more years. OGs in the space, though. Look at Bitcoin in that 4 hour continuing to go up. It's likely to eat that wick and then just continue to rip. But you never know. You never know. And so you're watching. There's a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder right there. Inverted head and shoulder for Bitcoin. That thing looks like it's about to moon. Hard. I'd trade that any day of the week, really, with the 21 like that. And this about to flip. See a little flip right there? Any chance you could peep the SNEK chart? Cardano is a meme coin worth checking out, in my opinion. SNEK's all right, man. We looked at SNEK like 4 months ago, man. SNEK's like old news, bro. No offense, but like it's a hot coin. I like it. I think it will do damage, but it just, you know, like we find new coins here on the channel. And I love you. I appreciate you. I don't want to be rude to you and piss you off. But yeah, SNEK is kind of old news to me, right? Super chat 5+ Luna and SNEK. Thank you. Axie, Luna, and SNEK. Luna, see. So look, Bitcoin looking nice in the 7-minute flag here. Watch this 7-minute flag for Bitcoin. No one puts out more Bitcoin charts than the lifer, man. No one puts out more Bitcoin calls. From the 7-minute scalps to the 4-hour flips to the daily bangs to the weekly hits to the bottom calls on the magnanimous, 2-week chart, to the 5-day hit above the 200 SMA when I told you it was time to punt. To the 8-day hidden bullish divergence, to the 3-day hidden bullish back when we were at 25K. The epicness of it all has been insanity. Man, we did win. We did win best best technical analysis of 2023. And honestly, man, we banged on them. We banged on them. If you took any calls, if you learned the education, if you got the education you deserve with me, you were able to see some massive gains that will change your life, really. And I always look at SNEK when it's on here, like on deck screener, right? SNEK on Solana. Wow, I've never seen it on Solana. SNEK on Wrap BNB. I go to Tap Tools then. And that's where you want to find your Cardano projects. This is where all the Cardano projects really live. AGIX has an address. People don't realize that. And are you kidding me? You see AGIX at $1.23? Are you kidding me? You serious, right? Oh, up there. Oh, in Cardano maybe. I was like, wait, 1, 2, 3. I was like, how is that? It is 1.28 Cardanos. That makes sense at 60 cents. It did get to a high, though, of 103, 105, 104. And look at the daily's low now, which is crazy. The daily resets and you're still ready to rock. Tells me that bigger target's on the way, like all the way up to 131. I'll have to redo this, but I gave a chart out just the other day that it would pump to the upside here. Right here at about 70, and it did pump all the way back up to a new high at $1. Unbelievable. Craziness. Bitcoin at 63,650, doing the dang. Doing what it needs to be doing. So here's the SNEK chart. I do have a chart on it. Remember here, I got it down, down, down. It kept kind of pumping, and then it pumped back up. Been slowly consolidating for a long time. I believe it'll have its day eventually, right? But right now, the hype is MYRO, WIF, right? You got to know where the hype, MYRO, WIF, Shiba, Floki. Those are the hot ones right now in position, right? Now there's going to be some flow. People are going to win on those coins, and they're going to what they're do. They're going to buy cruddy little. So right now, for the next 2-3 days, there is a chance to make some money in the little ones, because people are going to be taking that money that they just made. And they're going to be pretty careless with it, and they're probably going to play little memes. All right. Soul Chat was out of control. We talked about it in this trading group. We talked about it this morning, right? And it pumped nicely for a nice gain of about, 67%. Now making a flag like it could continue. Again, at your own risk, of course, do your own research, but it did pump, Gala about to scoot to the upside again. Gala. Bitcoin tested 200 SMA on the 7 on that last dip. Yeah, it did. That was nice. And we stayed away right there. Look, boom. It hit it exactly. Isn't that crazy? Bing. Bing. So insane, right? What an amazing. Aren't the dips fun now? There's some whale on the sidelines ready to buy every piece of that dip. Like, oh my God, Bitcoin's lower than it was before. Give me that. We're battling with the world and the dippage. You know it's going to be a huge move. Like, this is insane what we're about to see, right? ZEPH doing damage out the flag here. I see ZEPH making a big move. 63% gains for ZEPH. Once it breaks that high, and then 28 on the way back up to 41 for ZEPH. And it's a nice little privacy coin that gets some love here. Cup and handle for ZEPH too. Safi, cup and handy. I see ZEPH making some gains. And look at the 4-hour about to do damage. This whole market looks like it wants to rip Ripley sauce. This is crazy. ZEPH has a big underground following. People really like it that looked it up. It's got a lot of, the nerds are into ZEPH. I'm a nerd. I consider myself into ZEPH, I don't own any ZEPH right now, though. But I know it's a hot coin. I just can't own every coin that I think is hot. I just can't. And Luna C pumped beautifully to the upside. I believe I had a chart on Terra Classic. Inverted head and shoulder, and it was gone. Look at that. 57% gains. It's just so crazy how fast this can happen. And this actually may continue too. The whole market, I'm telling you, if Bitcoin does this magnanimous rip, it's going to cause euphoria. I believe, retail has to be a little woken up to this at this point. And they must be like, okay, something's brewing here. You own crypto, you name it, you're up huge, right? It's going up. This has been insane. I've been thanking God every day. Today's just been amazing. An amazing day to be alive. Blessings on blessings all around, literally. Naka up huge. Fed up huge. AVAX doing its thing, right? Beam up good. Myria pumping hard. Near looks like it's about to do some huge damage. Tara ready to, probably do. Gala up nicely. Optimism did damage. Zeta Chain looks like it's getting ready, Pyth was hot. Pepe doing absolute numbers. You know what I'm saying? So blessings on blessings to be alive for everyone here on the live, man. We love y'all. Palm AI tech on my radar. Just kind of going through the coins that I'm looking at that are hot right now, right? I like this Root network. It's interesting to me what I'm seeing on the Root network and connects right next. All right. Hey, Lifer, I feel bad asking, but could you possibly explain using stochastics RSI relief? I understand if not. You just use them when they're overbought and oversold. The best way to explain them is when I'm using them on Bitcoin. The best way I will explain them is how I use them on Bitcoin. And basically every time they were low on the 2-week chart, it told me it was time to buy BTC. So here, this was the time to accumulate 1, 2, 3, 4. And look, it was only 1, 2, 3. This is Bitcoin's whole life cycle. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times to buy Bitcoin. Your last dip was right there. It told you if you don't buy 25K, you probably never get it again. And so I use the stochastics RSI on the 2-week chart. And then you could just zoom this into the smaller time frames. It works the same on the 1 hour to the 4 hour. The basics is you buy when these are below the dotted line, you sell when they get above. And there's nuances and difference to them. It's not that cut and dry. supporter resistance and flags, but it all makes sense in the end, right? Shout out to everybody. If you hold your SHIB, I hold some SHIBI UNU too. It's crazy how much, you know, these coins are pumping right now. It doesn't matter what it is. It's pumping. Look at that thing on the look at the 2-week candle. Unbelievable. I've never seen anything like that. Like, I had one right there actually when it first really came out. This thing could just rip to the all-time high and then be gone. Like, I really just could start to just do numbers right now. So yeah, the 4 hour is about to pump. Look at it. It looks very, very bullish. Very, very bullish. So this looks like it's going to do some damage right now into tonight. I'm with you on this. I wouldn't be surprised. 40%, 50% gains for SHIB. 4 hour time frame. What goes up? You know, the trend's your friend until it's not. Right now, SHIB is the trend. And on the weekends, I just go hard, as you can see. Right? Lifer, look at NOS over the year. Yeah, NOS is out of control. Nosana. So you shower on Casper, but you decided to bandwagon Casper. I got into Casper at 1 penny. At the same time, I bought Casper and Casper together at the same time. So again, you're not making any sense. All right? But I'll laugh when it stops and Casper surpasses. Oh, you will? Okay. So I'll laugh when I time you out for being rude. How's that? There you go. I'll see you in a day. All right. Super chats, 5+ cleared. Bye, Felicia. Appreciate you though. I thought you were a nice dude too, man. Anyway, maybe you were born in 1988 with the 88 there, and means you're probably, you know, who knows. Anyway, everyone, I love you and I appreciate you. With that, I'm gonna jump on out. Retail is definitely waking up. My dad just got his first crypto in the Pandoshi Pambo pre-sale. Wow, what is he doing going that far, right? Anyway. SpaceX launch or Bitcoin launch first. ETA 25 minutes. That's pretty. Oh, is he about to launch on SpaceX? Really? That's pretty cool. Late to the party. What can I get in right now? Oh man, one of those. Wow, and I love you, man. But come on, man. Have a great night, bro. God bless. Shout out to all you 88ers, man. We love y'all. Don't worry. I'm not hating on the 88 crew. I'm 83. I was born in 85. I'm an 88 baby. What are the builders of this movement? You're funny, man. SHIB looks like it's going to continue to pump hard. It really does. It looks nice in the 4 hour. Consolidating beautifully for a move. I like what I'm seeing for SHIB. Wow, Cardano. Getting large. And in charge. Look at that. Cardano about to go 8 bananas right now. Look at that thing. Sayonara Cardano about to move. I see 91 cent Cardano coming. We want Cardano and we want it now. I saw this bigger flag. I called the move to Cardano to 95 cents. Look at this. And all I did is take the length. Everything does what it's supposed to do. It's so crazy. I've done this time and time again. Countless thousands of people have seen me do this around the world over and over and over again. Call after call, coin after coin, setup after setup, high volume node, tight moving averages inside the flag, low stochastics in the 4 hour telling me we could continue to the upside. You can find a flag on the 1 minute if you really want to get back down and get in. But this thing looks like it's continuing to 91 cents Cardano, baby, for massive gains. This is insane. This is insane. Like, wow. Like, absolute insanity. Look at that, man. Cash Mode Crypto. Look at that thing. Beautiful desk. Ready to rock. But once Cardano breaches, look, 75, it's going to rip. I can see it ripping to 93. That's your next target for Cardano. Looks like Cardano's about to rip. Like, seriously rip. I mean, that big pump for Bitcoin's good. Now, if Bitcoin goes sideways throughout the night, that money's just going to flow into the altcoins, and they're going to rip. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance, and then I got to jump out for the night. I'm getting hot and heavy out here. Getting sweaty. You know what I mean? When I get sweaty, I know it's time. It's time. It's time for me to go. I don't want to sweat my new coat out. You know what I mean? It's actually a new shirt, too. I bought this shirt yesterday. Brand new shirt and coat. So, look, Bitcoin dominance got its slump. Altcoins had some fun. It looks like it's going to be Bitcoin's turn now. So, it would say that, you know, we may go sideways in these little memes and Bitcoin's about to rip. So, just watch your altcoins. It does say that Bitcoin's about to take over. It gave you a nice little weekend. You got your weekend trade. You know, it's interesting. We talked about it. We got our weekend Bitcoin dominance dip. And the altcoins rip. And we, you know, and then it will be Bitcoin's turn again. And then we'll get a little dip. And Bitcoin's been nice, though. It's been giving a little bit, taking a little bit, giving it. It's almost like everyone's like, when's altcoin season? Like, it's always been altcoin season. Like, just keep riding, baby. Just keep riding. All right? Everyone, I love you. I appreciate you. We're going to look at Bitcoin one more time here inside this tight flag. 7-minute could easily dump or pump. It's kind of in a symmetrical, really. Either way, I do see this as a shoulder, head, and a right shoulder. We ate the dip, which is interesting. As long as we stay above the 200 SMA on like the 1 minute, the 5-minute time frame, I'd watch this here. It's all about this 200. If we lose this, we might drop. If we kind of stay tight, we're going to pump. Watch the 1 minute. It's a pretty good example of what could happen here, or pretty good tell of what's going to happen. Safe bet is to wait to break above 63.9, but I don't like to play it safe. I like to live dangerously. So you do you. I got 2 trades popping right now. One is up 1,000, one's up 1,800. And we'll find out what happens later on. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Thank you so much for joining me for Bitcoin and the weekly candle close. It was an amazing experience. I hope you had a blast. I had a blast. Like, I can't get over how amazing it was. So thank you so much for being here with me. I'll catch you on the next live stream. I'm going to go clean my glasses, take them off, rest my eyes, and get a night's sleep so I can get ready for tomorrow and do this all over again Monday through Sunday. I don't know how we do this 7 days a week, but we do. I love you all. You guys help me do it. Thank you. Blessings on blessings. Go to sleep. The last thing I'll do tonight is thank God for everything he gave me and this beautiful blessing of a day that we had. Today was an absolute blessing. The whole weekend felt like a dream. And thank you, everyone, for being here with me. And remember, take some profits, do what you got to do, and look to the future. I love you all. Stay pocket squared up. Stay rich. Stay healthy. I'll see you on the next live stream. Stay blessed. Amen.